Good morning, everyone, and welcome to El Cockerel for the pre-season watch-along FC Bayern Munchen versus Tottenham Hotspur. And with me, my trusty co-pilot, Colin. How are you today, Colin?
I'm doing well. I got my morning energy drink ready to go to give me this energy I will need to fuel me through this match. 5:30 in the morning. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. It's going to be a good one. Got the
5:30 in the morning.
lineup here.
5:30 in the morning, Cole.
And my cat really wants to be on the stream today. But yeah, good old 5:30. And look, we've got all kinds of people in the chat with us today.
Let's have a look in the chat. So we've got Cockney Johnny V says a very good morning to everyone. Right, you've been added. I've added you to the WhatsApp group, Cockney. The only thing about the group is that you can't be rude to each other. You can have opinions, but no rude to each other. All right, Tigaro. Guten Abend, mein Spurs Freund. Ich auch wir geben der Bayern einen guten Kick, guys. Which, to translate in my last Aussie, is good day, my Spurs mates. I hope we kick the stuffing out of Bavarian Munich. Come on, you Spurs.
Yes.
Good morning, Adrian. Says, good morning, Jose Colin et al. Good morning, Adrian. I hope you're well, sir. I caught the ending of your show yesterday when I got back from playing football last night. I had a really good game last night. If anyone wants to know about me last night, I will tell people in a minute. Mark Cousins, Sheriff, I caught you as well last night. Big up Jose grandson coming round soon. But I will be back.
Oh, yeah.
Smithy, Senor Jose, Mr. Cole, let's go and smash the granny out of Bayern Munich. In Archie we trust, #14. And then we have Cockney Johnny Vasco says, morning, Coleman and Jose, my geezers. Yes, we're here. Bayern Munich, or Bayern Munchen, as they should be called. And yeah, we've got the lineup. The lineup today. What do people think of the lineup? We have Vicario in goal. We have a back four of Pedro Porro, Radu the Dragon Dragosin, Ben the Dragon from Wales Davis. So we've got two Dragons at centre half. And we've got Jed Spence, which looks like he's playing at left back. We have a midfield of Gray, Sarr, and Madison. Is that 3/8? Is that a 6, an 8, and a 10? Or is that a 6 and 2/8? And then up front, we have Johnson, we believe, on the right, Sonny on the left, and we have Dejan Kulusevski as the false 9. Substitute-wise, we have a whole load of, I think there's about 17 substitutes, but the one player that's missing, because I've just been on the Irish Hotspur on the pump-up show this morning, and the one player that's missing for me is a doggy. Didn't even make the bench. Now, a doggy has come back from injury. He is out with the squad. A doggy, by his own account, has said it's been really difficult. He said the training's been mental, is what he's been saying. It's been really tough. And he is saying that he said all this. He's positive about it all, but said he's never known a pre-season like it. It's been really, really hard. And yet he's not been able to make the squad. The other guy, Royale, has been dropped to the subs bench, I think, for obvious reasons. I think he's moved to
Milan.
AC Milan is coming closer, hence why he's on the subs bench. Not entirely sure whether he comes on as a sub or not. It's interesting that in the last game, he was the last man taken off from the starting 11. He played about 70 odd minutes and then he came off on his own and was given a standing ovation basically by the crowd against the K1 league. So not sure whether he's going to get any game time or not in the second half. The other striking miss for me is that Doggy and Richarlison were both taken out with injuries to this tour, and Richarlison has not made the squad again. Now, whether it's because of his fitness or whether it's because there is something going on in the background, I don't know. But to me, it's alarming that Richarlison's just not fit. Again, wasn't fit at the start last season, then played from November through to February, scored a fair few goals in that time, and then was injured towards the end of the season again. If you're only going to get 1/3 out of this person, the one thing we suffered from as a club last year, Tottenham, is we suffered from injuries and suspensions, but injuries. We had the most injuries out of any Premiership team, and this year we could do without the injuries, and if not, we need to have more cover in injury-plagued spaces. So that's a concern for me from what I've seen from the lineup. Graham is here saying, hi, Jose and Cole. Hope you're both well. And as always, it's come on you Spurs. Cockney Johnny Vasco says, looking like a lineup that means business. In my phone, I've saved your name as Juanito Vasco, just letting you know. And then we have Jamie. I believe this is Jamie, talking Tottenham TV. He says, good morning, gents. Good morning to you, Jamie. Colin, what do you think on the lineup, and apart from the points I've said? Anything you've got to add on that?
The points that you said are good points that I hadn't really thought about. But you're right. I mean, if we can't keep Richarlison fit, there's not a whole lot of point in having him around, eating up wages, and just keeping the joke about our physios alive. So yeah, maybe we need to look into getting rid of him, and maybe we already are. Like you said, that could be the reason why he's not there. Also, yeah, I mean, like our boy Cockney Johnny Vasco says, and big up, dude. He says, yeah, it looks like it means business. I mean, apart from a couple of positions, and I guess center back and left back, that could be a lineup that we put out on any given match day. So I'm excited to see what they've got. And I know that, Bayern's going to be probably our biggest test. And actually, no, probably. Let's take that out. Bayern's going to be our biggest test, I think, of the preseason. So it only makes sense we have the strongest team out. And I think this is the strongest lineup we've started with for a preseason match. You can kind of see the evolution that it's, getting us ready for the actual season to begin. And I'm excited.
All right. Tigaro says destiny is far too important to us to rush him into an overseas friendly. I'll miss him in round one if he's playing then. And good morning to you, Chris. Chris Agambar says, good morning, gents, and all in the chat.
Yo, Chris.
So what are your thoughts, right? Looking at the subs, can you see the subs there?
Yeah, let me pull it up on my other screen. But yeah, I've got them here. Austin, Whiteman, Gunter, Royale,
3 goalkeepers.
Abbott. Yeah.
So 3 goalkeepers.
Yep. Skip Basuma, Divine, Hall, Bergvall, Donnelly, Moore, Solomon, Werner, Valise, Scarlett, Lancashire.
So after the goalkeepers,
so
say the first 2 names again after the goalkeepers.
Gunter and Royale.
No, Gunter's a goalkeeper. So Royale and
Abbott.
Who's after?
Abbott.
Okay, so Royale and Abbott are probably defensive-minded players.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone else in that team's an attacker. It's either a midfielder or an attacker.
Yeah, that is very true.
So, kind of then tends me to that most of that defense will obviously play today, I would have thought.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have thought that. I mean, I don't know what your points, what's your opinion, Colin, on the. We've seen a team of 2 halves in all our pre-season so far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he ramps up the minutes on the first team players rather than just 45 minutes today? Will they get longer today?
Absolutely. I think this is kind of where things start to count. Our prior preseason matches, the oppositions have gotten tougher and tougher, I think, as we've gone along. Strategically, obviously, we did that on purpose. And now it's to the point where, you need to be giving the starting players longer than 45 minutes because, the season's about to begin. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be that same tale of 2 halves. We will probably get plenty of subs, some second-half subs. I think a lot of the youngins will see the pitch. We'll see, some minutes against Bayern. But I don't think to the extent that they have so far in preseason.
Right.
What about you?
Well, I think I've already answered this. That's why I wanted to ask you, because I answered it for anyone that watched me on the Irish Hotspur. And I said that I believe that there'll be a ramp-up in minutes. I'd like to think that now that we're getting nearer to the time and looking at the bench we've got and everything, is, to me, I want to see these players getting at least 60 to 70 minutes, a lot of these. Mm-hmm. So they get more minutes into the legs as we ramp up, because now we've got a week's break till we play Bayern again next Saturday, albeit there'll be a lot of training on the pitch. We get all our team back by Monday, because all the 7 players that would have played, Dragson's back, The other 6 players that would have been playing in the Euros or the Copa are all back next week. So yeah, it's all systems go from then. I would have thought. Well, no, in saying that, Højbjerg's already left the club, and he was at the Copa, he was at the Euros, and he's left the club. Dragusin's come back. Who else was there? It was Mickey van der Ven.
Yep.
And am I missing a player? Who am I missing?
Romero?
No, Mickey van der Ven from the Euros is coming back. It was another. We had 4 players at the Euros. Vicario's come back.
Nice.
So we've got Van der Ven coming back, and then you've got Romero, Bentancur, and Lo Celso coming back. So everybody will be back on Monday, and then there's a week's training on the grass, and then we got Bayern the following weekend, and then we've got a 9 days till we start the pre-season after that game. Where do you think we are with all this, with all pre-season?
Well, I think that if you take a look at the lineup and you see who we've got as our starting striker, I think tells you a bit about where we are with our preseason or preparing for the season. I definitely don't think that lining up Kulu as our false 9, but starting striker, really, I don't think that was ever in the cards. And I think the club that thought there would be some business done by this point, or that Richarlison would be fit. I think this is a needs must thing. I was going to ask you where you see Kulu long term, because I think this is like a needs must, having him play and start in this position right now. Do you think this is something we'll actually see more of during the season, or do you think it's just kind of a to fill the spots and let Sonny play in his his usual position?
Well, the thing is, at the end of the day, right, and you've got Graham being very kind, saying smash the likes and subscribe to these 2 fine gentlemen. I've actually got the link. I've got the show set up today on sub only because it's just easier with all the stuff that we're trying to do on this channel. I'd rather be giving my time and efforts to all the subscribers that we've got rather than people who are just going to appear once in a while. So yeah, we're trying to build a community here. So if people do sub, then that's where we're going to put our energies into, to the people that subscribe and are dutiful in turning up to us. Listen, Colin, I said on the other show, and I'll say I'm repeating myself. I said all along that I would judge the transfer window by the end of the transfer window to see whether Ange has been back and what we're going to do. The only problem with that is that we would have played 2 or 3 games before the window closes. At the moment, we are well short of where we need to be as a squad. Well short. We need players in, and to me, we need 2 forward players. Whether it's 2 players that can play across the front line, or whether it's an out-and-out 9 and another player that can play across the front line, we're too short. I mean, we've got 3 strikers in Veliz, Lancashire, and Scarlett who don't get a start. We play Kulu as the false 9. These 3 strikers are not getting a start. That tells me that these 3 strikers are not in the plans for the season, or the majority of them 3 are not in the plans for the season coming up. And that's with Richarlison being injured, right? And the fact that we're playing the false 9, it adds another feather to our bow. I do accept that I along with many other people believe that Kulu plays better as an 8, 10 or a false 9 down the middle. He's far more effective. He's not a right winger in an Ange Postecoglou system, and I subscribe to that. But my alarming point is that we're doing this because we're forced to do it because we don't have a natural striker. The only other person that can play there is Heung-min Son, but then that means you've got to risk Werner or Solomon to come in and play on the left. So we need reinforcements. We need reinforcements. That's my thought, Colin. You're on mute, mate. You're muted.
I had another question I wanted to ask you too before
You've gone into dark mode. Mute yourself, and then I can't hear what you're saying.
No, sorry about that. Yeah, I got up to mute, or I got to turn off the light because I was looking like I was glowing like fluorescent white. So I decided to shut the light off for a moment. But you said, otherwise you're gonna have to risk Werner or Solomon on the left. I don't know, depending on what you want out of a left winger, Werner and Son offer you such different things. You know what I mean? I don't think Son gets near as many assists as Werner does, for instance. I don't know. I feel like when you said that,
what's more important for you, Colin? Is it the assists or goals scored? Right. So if you're going to play, if I'm playing a match right now,
yeah,
right. So we're playing in a football match, Cole, right?
yeah.
And it's 0-0, right? Does an assist count towards? Sorry. Does an assist count on the scoreboard, or does a goal count on the scoreboard?
By definition, an assist would mean that a goal was scored, and so that goal would count on the scoreboard.
Doesn't have to be, because you can get a goal from their mistake and it's come off their player and we haven't assisted to it. So what counts? Is it a goal or an assist? It's the goal.
They both do. But no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm with you.
Sorry, Tigara, you can have a goal without an assist, because if it comes off a defender or their player and we score, that's not an assist. So
but if you have an assist,
at the end of the day, the scoreboard will turn around and tell you goals. It doesn't say Tottenham assists 3, Bayern Munich assists 2.
No, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, though.
Right.
You get it.
Yeah. Okay. I'd rather rely on players that are going to score goals for me.
Me too. But I guess what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of Ange Postecoglou's system, the way that his teams normally play, and I don't know. I just think more of a feature that I see is those crosses coming in low from the wings rather than the winger cutting in and scoring. But maybe that's just my memory. Maybe that's just what I'm remembering. Obviously, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I wouldn't skin the cat at all, but there's more than one way to do it, apparently. But yeah, I get what you're saying, 100%. I just think that I'm still on the defending Werner train. So I think I felt called into action there to say, hey, he's not that bad of a player. But yeah, David Shears here. Hey, David.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just didn't put this message out. Right. So yeah, well, let's catch up. So I'm going to come star. We've got a Tigaro questions, which are starring now.
Good one. Good question.
Chris Agenbar says we are currently weaker than what we were, so we need more incomings. Can't have a goal without assist. I said that. Good morning, Gerard O'Connor. I hope you're well, sir. He says, with this squad, top 8 will be a miracle.
Wait, O'Connor. That's my grandmother's maiden name, by the way. What a wonderful name. Very cool, Gerard. Nice to meet you, sir.
Are you a distant relative of Colin, Gerard?
Almost for sure.
David Shear says, "G'day, Jose and Kulu's brother."
I do kind of look like him today.
G'day, Graham Cobber, and he's saying hello. Tigara says, "I know, lol, but the player assistant has put the ball in a dangerous area with a good ball." Then you've got David Shear says, "Big up Smithy, Adrian the Sheriff." Right, question from Tigaro is, Lolo's an interesting one this season. Where does he fit in now with Gray entering the fray?
I would like to hear your answer on this too. I know that you were pretty hype on Lolo for a while because, I mean, at one point he was absolutely, without a doubt, our best performing player. With all the shit that's come his way, and then all the other players coming in his position, like Tigara asked.
Lolo had a big, massive injury, right?
2 of them, yeah.
2, yeah, right. I said the last season, any bonuses any minutes that he got would be a bonus for us and a bonus for him, because at the end of the day, you want a fully fit Bentancur in your team, and a fully fit Bentancur is your best midfielder in your team, but fully fit though. So he's gone away and played in the Copa America, right? So he's had minutes, he's trained, he's had minutes. Yeah, there's been a couple of salubrious things that have gone on, which will be dealt with, whether it's by common bowl, whether the club have a chat with him on when he come back. I don't know. Something will happen there. I think that Lolo coming back, if he's ready to play, what do you want at the end of the day? You want competition. You don't want round pegs into square holes, do you? You want competition. Now, if people are on fire from the start, and by that I mean Madison, Kulu, Lolo, Sarr, Biss, Gray, Bergvall. Oh my God. And wouldn't it be brilliant? Because only 3 of them 7 can play. So if only 3 of them 7 can play, then it'll be absolutely brilliant for us. That you're all in competition with each other. We've been crying out for competition. Gone are the days. Remember the days when you used to bring off Højbjerg off the bench and Skip off the bench, and everyone used to close their eyes and put their hands over their eyes like that, thinking, "Oh my God, what's going to happen next?" Well, we've now got competition in midfield. We've got competition up front, but not the greatest competition. We need to bring him forwards. And I'm worried as well in defence. And I'll be honest, and I said this I think we need another defender. I think we probably need one more midfielder and 2 attackers, and move out a little bit of the dead stuff as well.
Yeah, so, I think you're probably right.
That's what my thoughts are. Are we
about to kick off, buddy?
There we go. We're about to kick off. Right. So we've got 2 minutes. Are we up and running on the other side? Yeah, we certainly are. Right.
Yeah.
For people in my WhatsApp group, message has just gone out.
Let me make that the right size. Boom. Awesome. This is like the most with it we've been for one of these. We've got the stream ready.
The saving grace, though, Colin, is that next week's Watchalong is a 5:30 kickoff at the Hotspur Stadium. So we will be kicking off, and it will make the time much, much kinder to you next Saturday.
I'm always like, oh, I love getting up early, no problem. And then every time it happens, I'm like, oh, so tired. But yeah, I used to love getting up early. I don't know what happened. I got old. Just kidding, obviously. But
here comes they got Neuer in goal, Kim Min-jae, Sancho Bowie. I think he's a player. He's right back. He's played Galatasaray. They've got Vidovic at left back, and I can't remember Guerrero at left back. Sorry, and Vidovic at centre back. In midfield, they've got Kimmich, Gnabry, Stanisic, Pavlovic, and up front it looks like it's Muller and Tell, from what I can see.
Matthias Tell, yeah. I completely forgot that Vincent Kompany got the coaching job at Bayern. Oh my God.
Yeah, he definitely is.
That's so cool. That's awesome. Good for him.
So with Bayern, they've got players that would have been out as well. They've got players that would be out that would be coming back from the Euros as well, I think. It's either that or they don't have all their players back. Kane's obviously not there. Dyer's on the subs bench today. But I looked at their subs bench, and their subs bench didn't look as strong as what I would have expected here. Now, Germany went out quite early in this competition, in the Euros. So there's a lot of German players that are in the squad. For today's game. On the subs bench, they've got Goretzka, Dyer, Paulinho, Zaragoza, Lima, Iracunda, Lucina, Fernandes, Mazarawi, who's on his way to Man United, Nikili, and Anzu. It's interesting because De Ligt is may or may not have been back because he got to the semi-finals with Holland. But he's another player that's being mooted to be going to Man United as well as Mazarawi.
Look at Ange. God, dude, I'm scared of him. Intimidating guy.
And there's Kompany. It's really hot. You can tell it's hot and humid. Look at all these shorts.
Yeah,
they've all got water bottles. They've all got water bottles.
He's kitted up. He's suited and booted. But hey, yeah, I'm really excited for this match. This is going to be a very, very, very good one, guys. I can already tell. Nobody knows what's going on. I love it. Okay. These gals are doing something, singing. I got the sound off, so no idea. But seriously, how cool is it for Vincent Kompany to lose his job in the Premier League, and then to be offered what I consider to be a better job? I don't know.
David, let me know.
Awesome.
Sorry, David, let me know. It says I'm going okay, Cobb. I'm heading off to Albany on the road trip. When are you heading off to Albany on the road trip, David?
Yeah, please be safe, my friend.
When are you heading off? Is what I wanted to know.
Yeah, let us know, David. And while we're waiting, I'll throw in there, as another road trip lover, be safe. Some of those drivers out there are not good. So
As they, I don't know, is this a pop group or something? Yeah, it is. It's this pop group. They've got 5 women in the centre circle, all with footballs. Oh, they're kicking the balls to. They're kicking it. The players are letting it go right past them towards the goal.
I'm looking at their form. I'm trying to decide who's kicking it correctly.
Oh, the first 2 were all right.
Yeah, nobody's towing it. Oh,
and
except for that.
They're kicking it past the Bayern player, and it's interesting. They've all got number 7s on, haven't they?
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they've all got 7s on, but not a Tottenham kit.
No. Oh wait, no. There's a 21, a 13.
Oh, what's the different numbers?
Yeah. Interesting.
Can I just start to say something, right?
Sure.
Are you aware that in the last 2 days, 2 players have joined CAA base?
No, I'm not, honestly.
Kyogo Furuhashi from Celtic.
Okay.
And today, it's been reported today, Mario Hermoso, Atletico Madrid, who's out on a free and can play left centre back and left back.
Yeah.
And he's available as a free after leaving Atletico. They're both just joined up with CAA base.
Hold on, sorry, I was waiting for the start. Who is the second player again?
Mario Hermoso.
Not sure I'm familiar, but I will familiarize myself.
He played for Atletico Madrid.
Sweet.
Right, so the game has now kicked off.
We're off, everybody.
Tottenham are pressing high. Bayern are beating the press, and he's in.
Jesus Christ! One pass.
Oh, who's that?
The dragon.
Well, I'm the dragon.
And they were offside anyway. That makes me feel a little better. Yeah, one pass.
Just a harmless potato has joined us. Good morning. Just a harmless potato. I hope you're well, sir.
What's up, Potato Man? Are we all stupid? I think they're all about as tired as I am.
Who put that tackling? Was it Bissouma?
Whoa, Nelly.
Oh, it's over the bar. Bayern are attacking, aren't they? That's
They really are, yeah.
It's interesting, mate, because remember me reading out the list of who Bayern were prepared to let go?
Yep, and I think he was one of them. He was on the list, right?
Yeah, but so was Kimmich.
I'm thinking that they just are kind of...
And Goretzka's on the subs bench, and he was another one they were prepared to let go. So there's quite a few players.
Kimmich would be a weird... Wasn't he homegrown, Kimmich? I think he came through the youth academy and stuff at Bayern, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But I guess that'd be one of those pure profit sales. So
for German clubs, quite possibly.
Yeah.
So ball's out with Davis. Davis into who was that? Davis into Sonny.
Okay, Spurs with the ball again. Let's see if we can build out.
Pedro Porro out wide. He's put the ball through, and that's Brennan running. Brennan's on a run. Take your player on, you muppet.
God dang it. Hey, I'll just say to everybody out there, I bet Werner would have gone past this man at least. All right.
Do you reckon he would have controlled it?
Do what?
Do you reckon he would have controlled it?
It's 50-50 chance at that point.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's all about the control.
It's very true. Oh, God damn it. All right.
Ball out long to nobody. It's going to go out of play.
Spurs throw. Looks like Davis straight back to Vicario. Building up our right-hand side. Nope. Back to Vicario.
Look at the press. Look at the press. It's a goal. Oh, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Nutmeg. Goal. 1-0 to
how did
Bayern Munich.
that amazing save, and then Was
Goal
it a
by
blocker?
Gabriel
Was that a
Vigovic
blocker or
after
a
4
save?
minutes. That was
That first, you know what I mean? Like it looked like a shot was stopped.
that was Tottenham trying to play out from the back.
Yeah,
And yeah, you've got to take the risks, and I understand that, but you take risks. You've got to look at the players that you've got in your team when you're playing, trying to take these risks. It'll be interesting to see it again. Who Vicario tried to play the ball to?
Look at this. This is terrible. Jed Spence.
That is an awful ball. Come on, that is an awful ball. Yeah, it's Vicario's fault. It was such a poor pass.
I'm surprised he made that first stop with his foot too. He probably thought he had dug himself out of trouble there, but
nope. Did he nutmeg the goalkeeper?
Yeah, not good. Not good.
It was Vicario's mistake. I think everyone's acknowledging that. Yeah, I think everyone
get Vicario out of my team. I'm just kidding, of course. But
I'll tell you what, Bayern have looked sharp.
Yeah, they're a good team. I heard they have this striker too that's not even there. But he's just a fraud who can't win trophies. Corner Bayern.
He's a fraud who can't win trophies, he says. I was trying to figure out when the Bundesliga starts, because at the end of the day, if they start after the Premiership, then I tell you what, they look like speed merchants. Bayern, they've come out the traps 100, haven't they? 110.
I'm wondering if perhaps later on in the match we'll see a fitness difference, because I think that we are, like you said, we're in the midst of that really tough preseason. And then, it's just possible that they're, you know what I mean, giving it all the gas at the beginning, and then we'll see them trail off. Hopefully that's what we see.
Got Jesse's here. Good afternoon, Jesse. She's saying afternoon all.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
Tigara says, imagine Burnley's front foot style from last season with Bayern's players. Company's great fit for them. And they're back in again. And a good save by Vicario. Out to Sarr. To Ben Davis. Back to Vicario.
This is hard to watch.
It's a really, really good press. It's a really good press that Bayern are putting on.
That was a nice job winning the foul. Nice. Look at that. Gingers.
Dekaru says, hi, all set to listen along. Mark Cook, big up Jose and all the chats. So Mark Cook's here as well.
Yo, what's up, Dekaru? Mark, hope you guys are good. Dekaru, I need to get back with you. You messaged me, and I haven't had the chance to message you back yet on Facebook. Just know that I will. I got the message, and I will be communicating with you shortly. Me and Dekaru have a secret plan. Spurs still can't get out of their own half.
Back to Vicario again. Yeah, this is
And they're pressing very intelligently. Like, it's a good press. And then we hit and hope.
Well, we asked for it, didn't we? We said that we wanted to step up the preseason. We wanted to play against a proper team. Well, here you go, guys. We got a proper team.
Joke.
And we're 7.5 minutes in. Well, approaching 7.5 minutes. And they have been on fire. They've come out on fire. So, just Armas Potato is saying that the Bundesliga starts on the 17th, which means it starts the same weekend as the Premiership. So, both of these teams are equal on pre-season in terms of where they're at.
Sonny have one, boss. Oh, well.
It's well over.
Yeah. I think if he's got that much time to think about it, it's never a good thing. You know what I mean? You want it to be somewhat instinctual.
Yeah.
If that was you the other night, you would have scored.
Oh, we'll tell you what. Yesterday, we won 7-2.
That's a good score. That's a Spurs score. That score reminds me of something. Where's that coming from? Oh, wait. 7-2. Was that?
Yeah, but in our 7-2 last night, yours truly got 1 pre-assist, 5 assists, and 1 goal.
Hell yeah. See, and if you hadn't got those 5 assists, your team wouldn't have won 7-2. So
yeah, but I got a pre-assist as well. So a pre-assist, and we scored from that as well. So
that's like a hockey. That we would call that a hockey assist. I think the pass before the assist.
Yes, the pre-assist is what I'm calling it. And I called it every time I assisted and scored because there was 3 players that were taking pure delight out of taking lumps out of me. One of them elbowed me. One of them elbowed me in the face.
Jesus, man.
And he's as hard as nails, but he elbowed me in the face, and then he goes, "You're right," and I said, "Yeah," because I knew what was coming. I had another one that just kept kicking me in my legs and going in for tackles and trying to send me to the moon. And then I had another one who just kept grabbing my shirt and nudging me all the time. Hey, Tottenham on the attack.
Jed Spence? Nope, that's Basuma. Okay.
That's Sar. Oh, that's a nice turn. That's brilliant. Kulusevski. Kulu. Sent King Jay for a ride there.
I know. Should we keep him at center forward, maybe? I mean, everyone's always said, to be fair, I know I'm being a little hyperbolic, but everyone has said that's his best position is through the middle. So
you've got a
whoosh.
Tigara says Bayern will gas out after half an hour. I can see us scoring 2 between 35 and 45 minutes. Let's hope it's not 4-0 by then.
That's exactly what I was saying too, though.
David Shear says, does Sun Suk Bell play on the left? Sun Suk Bell will be either in the academy or he'll be loaned out. I said on this morning's show, I just think we've got a lot of players that are really, really good and too good for the academy, and therefore should be given an opportunity.
That was a nice whipped-in corner. Didn't come to a whole lot.
A bit of pressure from Tottenham at the moment. A bit.
Yeah.
They're getting a bit more of the ball. There's nice plays at Archie.
Looks like.
Archie, ball down the line. Cross first time. Oh, out of play by the Bayern defender. Okay, so Bayern scored with their pressure. We just need to score. We've had the pressure for the last 3 minutes. The first 7.5 minutes was Bayern. The next 3.5 minutes have been Tottenham. It's a corner ball.
Let's go, boys. I don't know what that accent was. Don't ask me.
David, you're saying that you're worried when Son hangs up his boots. They bought the other Korean lad to replace him. That's the reason why they bought him. And not just to replace him as a player, but to replace him
commercially too.
The commercial aspect of it as well. So
I think I actually would hazard to guess that it's maybe more the commercial aspect, and then the rest of it is hopefully, you know what I mean, he develops into a player. But I don't know. I mean, that's a good one. Do you think that he'll be loaned out this season?
He'll be loaned out.
We're not even getting him until halfway through the season, right? Till January.
We are getting him, next January. It's the same as Vuskovic. People were talking about centre halves. We don't need another one because we're getting Vuskovic. Vuskovic doesn't come. The earliest he can be released is February.
Yeah,
and that's providing he's made the quota of appearances that he needs in order to get
a visa or work permit or whatever.
Play in England, yeah. So
we also have to remember he's like a child still. We've got 2 defenders I would argue are better and more ready in Phillips and Dorrington. So
well, he plays his second, but with Phillips and Dorrington, this guy is getting first team football. Westerlo in the Belgium Juniper League play their second game today. They're away. I think Westerlo are away today. So they kick off, I think, at about 3:00. So it'll be interesting to see how Vuskovic gets on. No doubt you'll have the people on YouTube and shitter that will give you highlights of however he played today. Same like last week. Last week they showed you highlights as well, didn't they?
I didn't see him.
Yeah, they won 3-0 Westerlo last week against Cercle Bruges.
That's why he's come up. Okay, cool. I've been wondering why you were bringing it up. I hadn't heard very many people talking about him. But
the Juniper League started their league last week, and Cercle Bruges, you've got a big bruising centre forward. Mm-hmm. And people were like, let's see how he handles playing first team football against a proper man, a big guy against him. Anyway.
And he did good.
After the game, he said, you can get out of my pocket whenever you're ready.
Oh, man. Good stuff, though. That's awesome.
He had him in his pocket the whole game.
Good stuff. Can he do it on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke?
Well, I'll tell you what, Belgium ain't a massive country. So outside of the main cities, Brussels and places like that, it's going to be smaller places than Stoke out in Belgium. And it will be, when it's winter in Europe, it's winter all over Europe. so when you say, can he do it in a cold Stoke night? Well, can he do it in a cold whatever night it is for the people out in Belgium, in their little tiny cities that they've got there as well?
Messi just needs to come to the championship now, play for Stoke, and finally put those "could he do it on a cold rainy night in Stoke" memes to bed.
David Shear, if you go to the WhatsApp group, I've put a link on there, mate. So you're asking a question, but I'm just telling you now.
I like that. That's a smart idea to do it there. You're a smart man.
Yeah, because we've got Chris. I can see Chris. Chris is watching. So Chris jumped in straight away. Saw it first come, first served. Chris jumped straight away. He's there.
Hey, good deal. It actually is it's a nice feeling to be able to help out with that.
Yeah, and it's nice because I can see Chris smiling away.
Yes.
There
I can
we go.
I can pretty much do this for like any game, I guess, now that I think about it. But
I can see Mr. Shear watching as well.
Yes, David.
No, you can't talk. Well, you can't talk, so just watch the game, mate. You can type in your other chat.
Sonny.
Nice ball through. Oh, it's a penalty. Come on, referee. Ah, be interesting. You have VAR there to have a look.
I know. I was going to say, where's our friendly VAR? I would like to even just see a replay. Where's the replay?
Was that a coming together, or was that a?
To me, it either looked like a penalty or that he flopped. I can't tell.
I'll tell you
he either
what,
created a contact or there was contact, but I don't know if he
Tottenham
created.
Have come back into the game. That first 7.5 minutes, that was all Bayern, but Tottenham have now come back into the game.
Oh yeah, see,
and it's interesting because we're pitching ourselves up against a Champions League team.
Yeah. Don't like that.
Hasn't happened all game.
No fear.
I was just about to say, do you know what? I've just seen a comment come from one of the groups, right?
Yeah.
I've actually forgotten that Maddison was meant to be playing today.
Yeah, he's there.
Well, if he's there, I ain't seen him do nothing yet. I don't think I've seen him touch the ball because, you know, from his body shape.
Yeah.
And I've not realised that he's playing the game at all.
Okay, I've got this fixed.
There you go.
Oh, let me mute that. All good. There we are. We should be in good shape.
Where is Maddison? I don't even know where he is.
Yeah, I've seen him get the ball twice.
Okay, well, he's been anonymous then. I've not seen him at all.
Yeah, he hasn't done much. All right. After some technical difficulties, we're back.
Bayern attacking with Matthias Tell. Great save by Vicario.
He did push it right back into danger, but still, yeah.
And back again on the attack. Oh, it's a great block.
Who is that kid, man? He's good.
Matthias Tell.
All
He's the youngster Tottenham wanted to go for last season, or there was links back. There's, the AK-47 spraying.
Right. Yeah,
So he was one of probably the 500 that we were linked with last season as well, Matthias Tell.
Seems to be a pretty nifty player.
Just Harbour says Bayern looks sharp. Yeah, they did for the first 7.5 minutes, and they have done for about the last minute or so. But in between that, Tottenham have ended up looking sharp as well. So,
Ho, ho, ho.
corner coming in. Oh, that's a nice header out.
Wow. Yeah, it was. Kulu's been everywhere. Red hair, don't care.
It's your doppelganger, as someone said earlier.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I'll take it.
Corner ball.
Hmm.
Is he taking it or not? Here we go. In swinging corner. Header over the bar. Free header.
Always going over.
Kim Min Jae. Is
The
he
player
worth
that we should have gotten.
Is he worth the money?
He would have been worth it if we got him straight from China or wherever he was playing.
Mr. M says 8-1. We will get battered. Leave you out. Disgraceful. Not good enough. Good afternoon, Mr. M. I hope you are well, sir. Nice to have you here.
Good morning. Well, or, afternoon probably, but good day, sir.
I'm saying it relative to where people are in the world, I think.
Yeah. How many yards is he going to steal just walking up the sideline there?
Well, if he could steal 80, I'd take the 80. So we're camped in their box.
Oh, man, look at that. Misplaced pass right to him.
These guys out here wide. Oh, they've got back.
That was lucky, but
nice
I'll take
ball.
it.
Sonny.
Oh, Sonny.
Pass out wide from their back, their left back into the middle. Who's on it? Someone was on his back there, and it's a Tottenham throw.
He's mad.
Yeah, to me it looked like it was the other way, but
I'll take it though. Asking a lot of Kulu there.
That's a nice ball. Nice ball.
Yeah, that was some more of that fancy, intricate one-touch passing we were seeing the other day. I want more of that, please. They haven't let us get into a rhythm like some other teams we've played this preseason have.
It's interesting because you got a player playing today that we bought that Bayern wanted.
Dragerson?
Yeah, and the Dragon. Yeah, the Dragon versus Bayern today, isn't it?
Yep. Too bad Vicario had to go and do that and make the defense look worse than it is.
And he got nutmegged as well with the goal. Just watched the replay back again just now. It was a nutmeg for definite. Carlin.
I like that. That was outside the box. God damn it. Don't do this to me.
Johnny Vasco says, just heard Ange shouting over the crowd, class tonsils.
Yeah, he is he's something else.
Most of the stadium, I saw some red in the stadium, which is Bayern's or whatever you want to call it, their colours. I saw some of that, so I don't know if it's actually their colours, but there seems to be more white in the stadium. If I'm looking at tops wise than what there is Bayern's tops. First time ball up. Kulu's never going to get. And we jumped to there attacking. It's Gnabry. Gnabry still on the ball. Gnabry tries a shot. Blocked shot. Comes back out. Kim Min Jae back to his centre half partner. And we're back on the Coupang Play series. Ball over the top. Oh, Gnabry inside. Oh, nice dummy. Nice dummy. Deflected shot. That was a great dummy by the Bayern player, which gave Gnabry loads of space on the edge of the box, took the shot, and it's been deflected for a corner. Oh, no. It must have been deflected. Who's this camera? There we go.
I hate this weird camera angle from the referee thing. Ugh. They need to stop doing that.
I think it's quite neat looking at a camera like that. Gives you real time of what's happening on the pitch. Did you not? Sonny's goal the other day. It's a free header. It looked really impressive when you look at it from that camera. Whoever's wearing that camera.
Really, it just I think the movement of it makes me feel like I'm motion sick. But I'll probably get used to it if they keep doing it.
Yeah, Graham, I agree. He is playing well, and he's playing at left back, but he is doing well. He's back in. He's won the tackle again.
Damn, one little touch, and Madison was burned.
The guy applies positive attitude to his game. He's a good player. Now, people are saying, wait till he comes up against a better team. Well, we're playing against a Champions League team here with pedigree. So, is it still a Farmers League? I don't think so.
Yeah, it depends on which narrative you're trying to suit.
It's not a Farmers League because you look at the German sides and their top 4 or 5 sides in their league always are in or around the end of the season when it comes to semi-finals and quarter-finals of European Cups and stuff like that. So, when you look at the likes of Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, when you look at teams like that, they're there and thereabouts all the time in these competitions, and then people still want to call it a Farmers League. Harry Kane's been signed by a team in the Farmers League. Yeah, these are the teams that get the perennial winners and get to places. And Germany, I think next season have 5 teams in the Champions League. So
that was pretty sick there by Archie Gray. I didn't obviously not kicking it out of play like that, but he lost the ball. First of all, he was the only person brave enough to show for it. It seemed like from that throw in, got the ball, immediately had it taken off of him, won it back off the Bayern player, and then tried to flick past.
There we go. Look, they're all walking away for a water break now.
Water. Yep, it's that time.
Now let's see whether you get clips of Postecoglou going absolutely spiritual. Here we go. He's coming out now. He hasn't had a chat with them yet. He's waiting for them all to get there, isn't he? Before he can lay into them all.
Yeah, he doesn't want anybody to skip out on any of it.
Yeah, he wants to have a chat with everyone during this water break.
Uh-oh, who's here? Who's at the house?
No one, but I don't know what they're barking at.
You know what job would suck? Being a referee. Talk about a thankless, terrible job. It would be cool and it would be fun, but I think that there's so much pressure and you're always going to have people so mad at you. I don't know if it'd be worth it. What do you think, Jose? Would you be a referee?
Not really.
Yeah, nah. It doesn't seem like there's much upside.
It's not something that excites me anyway.
Yeah. I bet it pays well.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what a salary is for a referee, to be honest.
I'm about to find out.
Of course, son.
So about 75 to 150K, depending on how experienced you are and how good you are and what matches you're getting.
Is that a year?
But
is that a year?
Yeah, that's a year. So I mean, not great. I mean, not shit. It's way more money than I make or will make, but I would have thought it'd maybe be better.
Ain't that bad, is it?
No, shit, no. Wow, Sonny clearing it off the line. Nice job, Sonny. If I'm gonna have a player try to kick it over my goal, like my own goal, I do want it to be Sonny. I think he's one of a player I trust to not just smash it directly into the goal on accident. So that worked out quite well. Bayern corner.
The corner to Bayern. Oops. Right out of it. Changing the angle of it. Back to Kimmich. Over the top. Saved by Vicario.
And offside somewhere in the build-up.
So they tried to Tottenham. Bayern tried to do a Tottenham on us, playing it out wide, look, and then straight into the 6-yard box. But they had 3 players offside there, including the person receiving the ball and the person they were trying to pass it to. So, yeah, clearly 3 offsides in one go.
Yep.
Doesn't sound. Dekaru says, if you are a ref and do a good job, no one notices. They only notice you when you stuff up. And it doesn't sound like my type of job, as Dekaru says.
Big up, Dekaru. I 100% agree, man. No, thank you.
So Dekaru, tell Matters to put on his big boy pants, and he's been missing in action.
Yeah, I'd almost say get him out of here.
Just a harmless potato. Consistency is our biggest issue. We do have some good players, but they never show it consistently, especially the midfielders, and not only Matters.
Hey, that was pretty slick. Did you see that little passage of play?
No, because I was trying to read the chat. Try and catch up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're ignoring everyone.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Jed Spence on the ball.
We built up the right with some really nice one-touch stuff.
Davis to the Dragon. One Dragon to another. It's a foul, referee. He's not giving it. So it's carrying on. It's Matters on the floor, I think. No, it's not. Matters is running towards the ball now. Who was the one that went down? Got the ball out of play. Is it Kulu?
Looks like Kulu. Yeah, I can tell by that. I can tell by that white. Yeah. He'll be fine.
It's a foul, though.
Kim Min Jae.
But it wasn't given.
Yeah, this ref seems to be letting things go.
They didn't
Maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
You know the one earlier, where we thought it could have been a penalty, but they didn't. Yeah. They didn't replay it, so we couldn't see whether it was just a coming together, where it was a foul. You know, they didn't show it, so this is not.
I didn't see any replays.
Yeah, this is not like you get VAR, and it looks like the broadcaster is not showing many replays of things, because the Kulu tackle just then, I didn't even see a replay for it.
I saw one replay for it, but yeah, I think
just a harmless potato saying what happened there. It seemed to be. Did it seem to be a bad foul or more like a push?
Yeah, it just looked like a push to me. Maybe he might have got the wind knocked out of him or something. That's pretty easy to do. Looked like he got pushed in the lower back to me.
Right. So Neuer has the ball at the back, puts it back on the floor. They're playing out from the back again, so it's gone out.
Let's make Neuer's old bones do something. Put a couple of shots on goal.
Neuer's still a good goalkeeper though. Regardless of age, he's still a good goalkeeper.
I know, but I mean, we got to test him at least. Put him to work.
I mean, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what lineup lines up against Bayern next week. How close it is to the lineup that's been there today.
Think we'll see some Harry Kane?
Well, with Kane, he's back. He'll probably be back by Monday. So, but then it's going to be fitness permitting, because we all thought that he was unfit in the Euros.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'd say it's fitness permitting with him. But unlike some of the other players that went to the Euros, Mickey van der Ven didn't get many minutes, but looked sharp every time he came on.
Right.
He's natural in for fitness as well. Romero looked fit in the Copa Americas. Bentancur did as well, and so did Lo Celso. So it remains to be seen. What we get. But yeah, Kane didn't. A lot of people saying that Kane didn't look fit in the Euros. So,
and I would agree. He looked like he was perhaps carrying an injury.
It's either that or we didn't play. Excuse me. It's either that or we didn't play the system that suited him. I mean, I don't know which, but yeah, it remains to be seen. I don't know what's going to happen. It'll be interesting in the second half though, if they keep if Dyer comes on. I want to see how Dyer does.
Yeah, I do as well.
Because with
sustained pressure for a while from Bayern here.
With Tuchel last year, I don't know whether he's sticking two fingers up by the club or whatever because he was leaving them. But they brought Dyer in, and Dyer was getting ahead of De Ligt, Kim Min-jae, and Upamecano. I think if you look at the last 6 months of the season, Dyer probably got more minutes than the other three. But today in pre-season, he's not in the starting 11, so it remains to be seen what Vincent Kompany does with him next year.
I think Kompany will play with a different type of defensive line, perhaps. Dyer's not that bad whenever he's allowed to sit deep, but I don't know enough about Kompany's playing style.
Yeah. Graham says, question, swap out Brennan Johnson for Mikey Moore at halftime?
Swap him out for anybody. I just want to be excited, and he's not providing any excitement.
There goes Kulu.
Oh, Kulu.
I blame the heat. We look half-hearted today, Johnny Vasco says, but the heat's there for both teams. So whether you're Bayern or Tottenham, the heat is for both teams. With the Mikey Moore question, the difficulty we've got with that, Graham, is that I think Mikey Moore likes to play on the left and cut in so he can unleash on his right foot. But yeah,
damn, what a pass. God.
Oh, that's gone wide from Matthias Tell. I think these players are going to get may get a bit longer than the 45. What would be interesting though, and I will say this, what would be interesting is that Solomon and Werner both play on the left, and recently Werner's been a substitution there, and it hasn't been Solomon has hardly got a chance, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Because if that's the case, then basically what's Solomon doing at Tottenham if he's not going to be given any opportunities?
Yeah, I think it's actually possible that we see both of them, and if we were going to see one of them come on the right, which is not their preferred side, I think we'll probably see Solomon over there. I think Solomon has played more on the right.
Yeah.
And might be more dangerous over there.
Grant says weather conditions are an equaliser for both sides, which I've said. Dakara says, I loved how well the youngsters have played this pre-season. Yeah, they have played well, but I mean, I was saying on the Irish Hotspur earlier from the pump-up show that I think that the youngsters have done well. It's now up to the team to find them a pathway of how they will improve in their development over the next season. And I don't believe that going back to the academy will improve them. I don't think they're all staying with the first team either. So it's about us finding the right pathways for them. And if that's alone, then so be it.
I'm just hoping we can make it through this first half without them scoring another goal.
So yes, there's two ways of looking at this. Either Postecoglou is going to be happy, right, with the way that they're playing, and knowing that they're playing against an elite team, or whether, regardless of whether with an elite team, he's going to be pissed off that we are 1-0 down.
He'll be pissed off. Hey, looks like David's going to sleep. Night, David. Thanks for being here, buddy. We appreciate you.
Mr. Shear, a member for 1 month, says, "Good night, everyone. Thank you, Jose and Colin. Good night to you, sir.
Sleep tight, buddy.
8:43 in the evening, but if it's your bedtime, it's your bedtime, son. I hope you get on well, mate." Dekari says, "Agree. Pathways need to be prepared into soon into the first team can be as bad as them not playing them." Daniel Coys, good afternoon, sir, says, "This has been awful." Spurs GCTV says, "Spence to the rescue again. Def our player of the half so far. Tigaro, Werner, for all his faults, is still a better player than Solomon. He just is." And you have, David Shear has gifted a channel membership, and the channel membership has gone to Tony Rodriguez.
Big up, Tony. And David.
And David, yeah, thank you very much, David. Much appreciated, sir. Hopefully, has he left the stream already? No, he's still there watching. That's good. You carry on watching from afar, Sam.
Yeah, leave the game on at least.
Yeah. You've got Daniel Coy saying we're chasing shadows.
Daniel, I get you, man. It's not looked good at all. I just want this half to end.
And Tigaro has just gifted 5 channel memberships.
Ew.
And they have gone to Talk and Ball.
Haha, yes.
Early Doors Football. DJ Samuel. Drew Lala. James loves Spurs. So thank you to them 5. If you do end up coming into the chat, you're going to have to thank Tigaro for his memberships to yourselves.
Thank you, Tigaro.
And then David Shear says, "Had to go sleep last night, Dekaru Cobber, and it's me mum's 83rd birthday. Happy birthday to your mum."
Oh, man, that's wonderful, dude.
Happy birthday to your mum, David, from all of us here at El Tel Cockerel. Tigaro says, "I just had to get one up on Dave." And they're laughing amongst each other. So, yeah, thank you very much, Tigaro.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So it's 41 minutes gone so far.
So my mother-in-law's coming to visit today, everybody. Wish me luck.
You've got a love relationship with his mother-in-law.
We're great.
So I said, got a love relationship. Yeah. I didn't say anything more than that. I said love.
I know.
I was agreeing. Jed Spencer's received a yellow card, and from that, there's a free kick to Bayern. Ball's come out, recycled by Bayern again. I'll tell you what, Jed Spence's anticipation. He's learnt in Italy. His anticipation and where to be for the balls and stuff like that is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he'll be staying.
I just think being away has done him really, really a great. It's done him really, really well.
Hey, is Vincent Kompany a great coach? I mean, he's got them playing like it looks like butter. I mean, it's so good. They're so clean, and they know where people are going to be, and they can pass into space knowing that there's going to be a runner there. And
everyone in this team sorry, excuse me, regardless that companies come in, everybody in this team in the first 11 that are playing were all there last season. So they all know each other. It's not as if there's new patterns of playing. They're bringing bleeding new players in.
But shit, we should be the same way.
João Paulinho is on the subs bench, and he's a new player.
But we should also, by that same, you know what I mean? You know, we should also be in the second year with these players. And way to draw the foul. We needed that.
Daniel Coy says this could have been 4 or 5-0 Bayern already. We are getting bad. Scott M says this is awful football from us. Good morning, Scott.
I agree, Scott. Sir? This looks pretty bad.
And we are coming towards half time. We're in the 44th minute. And it is 1-0 to Bayern Munich still. Long ball over the top. Defender and goalkeeper coming out. .44.5 minutes. The ball obviously doesn't come up for another half a minute. I don't think there's been that many stops at all, has there, this half? That I can remember anyway. So
the foul on Kulu, the maybe penalty.
That's a nice trickery.
He's right for the Sonny! The hell? Who was that with that little piece of skill?
I don't know. Was it? I don't know whether it was Cooley who was trying to carry the ball. Jed Spence. Edge of the box to Madison. Madison out to Davis. Davis across to the Dragon. Dragon goes wider. Oh. Whoops. So we're in 45.5 minutes played. I didn't see a notice board come up to say how long there was going to be extra.
No, whoever's doing camera work for this match is not doing a great job. I guess it's the director choosing which camera shots to put up, but leaving out some important stuff.
Oh, he's giving the corner. I thought they'd gone out of play, honestly. Daniel Coy says, about times we're getting cut open. It is not acceptable, friendly or not. Scott M says, good morning, guys. Hope you are doing well.
I'm all right, Scotty. I hope you're good too, my man. And yeah, Daniel, I'm really hoping we see something different in the second half. I kind of think we will, but it's obviously just optimism and hope telling me that.
Corner to Bayern.
Brennan Johnson looks like he's about to die. Like he just looks so tired. Get him out of the pitch. But then you have to think too. We're like, oh, such and such player is not doing anything, or they look terrible. Get them off the pitch. But this is one of our last preseason matches. If you're gonna try to play them into form, or you know what I mean, you got to strike a balance of, well, yeah, they're not playing well, but they need the minutes to in turn play well in the future. I'm glad I don't have to make the choice because I wouldn't really know who to take off or who to leave. Sarr wanted nothing of that. So don't talk to me, Thomas Muller. Look at that at the bottom there, homie.
I know, I'm going to do it in a second. So, coming up to half time now. .47-46. I don't know where this time's come from. I really don't. And with that, you've got
Kulu going down and the possible penalty are all I can remember.
David Shear has gifted 5 memberships. David, thank you very much. You're too kind. And then said at the same time, not having it, Tiggs, 6-5.
There you
So
go.
he's suggesting that he's giving out 6 memberships to Tigara's 5. That is half time, people. And by the way, the memberships that David's just given have gone out to Lee Wiskid, Queen Ellie Hoybier, Phil Coys, Carl Simpson, and Nate Pye. So if these people are not in the chat and are receiving these notifications, if they come in, they're going to have to thank the right people.
Boom. Boom, boom. Big up, David. Of course. Much appreciated, my man.
And then Tigara's made a. These Australians have got some fun about them. He says, "Ha ha! I'm not upping you again, legend. You got me, or did I get you?" Lee Smithy Smith says, "Everyone knows I'm not negative about Tottenham in any way, but this is suicidal tactics. I've never seen a friendly like it. Man, it's painful to watch. Come on, you Spurs." Daniel Coys is saying, "Fuck no, F knows how that was only 1-0. Well, this is where, you talk to your team, you make your changes at half time, you come in, you come in and you have a look and you reassess and see what happens. It's interesting because you've got people in chats are saying, let's hope our fitness shows in this half. What fitness? We haven't got one up on Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich kick off at the same time of the season that we do, right? So therefore, there's not trying to get one over them. We can't get one over them because we kick off at the same time. The season starts at the same time, so we're not ahead of anyone on pre-season. We're not ahead of anyone at all. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Decaro says he's staying out of this. Right, Colin, what are your thoughts on that first half? I've read out a few thoughts from people that are putting them in the chat. Thank you very much, people in the chat. All comments are valid. And if it is, you've got to call it what it is. If people are unhappy with that performance, they're unhappy with that performance. I'm not going to turn around and disagree with any comments that the chat have made so far. Your thoughts, Carl?
It was pretty ugly at times. Most of the time, we had a couple moments where we played well, where we looked like we were doing what we wanted to be doing. I know that sounds weird, but so much of the game it looked like we were doing what Bayern wanted to be doing, kind of reacting to it. There were times though where we did kind of, grab the bull by the horns and force some possession and some play out of ourselves. And we had a couple moments, a couple nice little build up. It was mostly down our right side, I noticed, but we built up down the right a couple of times with some nice, intricate, quick passing. Clearly that's what Ange wants. I knew it would be a step up today in competition. No disrespect to any of the other teams that we've played in preseason, but it was always going to be a step up today. And showing that there might be some more work to be done. That's why some of those early preseason games can be flattering just because of who you're playing. No, it hasn't been good, Jose. It hasn't been good at all. I've been waiting for it to end, hoping that we make halftime changes to get ourselves a foothold back in this. Oh, clock's still running. Lee, let me know. Thank you, sir.
We're trying to fast forward in time to say it's still only going to be 1-0 after 52 minutes, Smithy.
There you go. Exactly. All right, sweet.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it just shows before the start of the game, I was saying that I still think we're short of players. And as a bare minimum, I still think we're short of 4. In the second half, defensively, we can't make that many changes because you've only got Abbott and Royale. And if you're going to play Donnelly and Abbott would play in the same position if they're going to both be playing the left-back positions. Spencer's done quite well, and I'm not sure that I would take Spence off. There's no one to go in that play at centre-back because you've got no one there at all at the moment. The only changes you can make are in the midfield and up front. And it's about gauging how many minutes do you give these players and who do you give these minutes to.
Right. Do you play the players that aren't performing to hopefully play them into form, to hopefully get them looking better? That's my dilemma.
I mean, today, right? Let's call it for what it is, right? Today you've got Dragusin there, right, and Ben Davies, right? We've got no cover for centre half there at the moment. We've got no one that can play centre half that can come on, right? And the two players that we've got missing that are coming back on Monday are Van der Ven and Romero, yeah? So at the end of the day, I'm saying that we need another centre back. So to me, it's glaringly obvious where you're missing players because we sent a squad out there. If you were going to play fitting a right back now, so you have to replace Porro, well, Spencer's already on the pitch. You've got no general automatic left back unless you're going to put Donnelly in there. So defensively, we can see that we're short defensively as a team, not only at this game, but we're as a team itself. In midfield, we're stacked. We've got so many midfielders to pick from. And up front, we've got players to play up front, but none of them excite. None of them are big names that excite up front. We are in need of players, and we need them, as I said. I think we need them in every position.
I would agree. You know. Yeah. Defensively, it looked bad, but then we got to think: have Dragusin and Ben Davies ever played a match together before?
No, but it's not about that, Colin. It's what I'm trying to think is about. If you look at today's lineup and look at the squad that we've got out there, who do we have? Right, and off the bench at the moment, we don't have defenders.
None.
And we know two of them are coming back on Monday. A doggy's another one, right? Yeah. So you've got them three, but you haven't got cover for all four defenders. Because if the like-for-like cover at right back is Porro and Spence, it's centre backs. What is it? Is it going to be Dragusin and Davis that are like-for-like cover for Van der Ven and Romero? And then at left back, who's your like-for-like with a doggy? It tells me defensively we're at least one defender short, at least. In the midfield, if we've got too much of the same type of players in midfield, then we probably need another midfielder. And up front, we can have all the forwards you like that we've got at the club, but they're not exciting, get you out your seat forwards, and they're not exactly the players that we need that are going to score like mountains of goals for us that we're going to need. We need definitely two attackers. Definitely. And that's just as a bare minimum, I'm saying we need four. Scott M is saying, change them all outside of Dragusin. They've all been poor. Smithy says, would you put many kids on though? I think Bayern will rip them apart. Bayern making better use of width and wingers, in my opinion, more so down their left. Tigari, where's Ash Phillips? Ash Phillips is injured, Tigari. He got taken out with the squad, but then he was injured. And a bit like a doggy and Richarlison, they're just there rehabbing or doing what they need to do out there to try and get over their injuries. Adrian, playing a top team without VDV and Romero. It's not just VDV and Romero, Adrian. It's midfield and up front. We look impotent today. Scott M says the problems are happening before they even get to Davis and Dragusin. And Daniel Coy says, yeah, we need players. Remember, plenty of time apparently, even though the window shuts at the end of the month. There's still 4 weeks to go of the window, right? 4 weeks yesterday, right? So there is time for the close of the window, but the season starts in 2 weeks and 2 days. And it's what can we do? It's not, for me, it's not what we can do by the end of the window. It's what can we do in the next 2 weeks and 2 days that will affect the team for the first game against Leicester. Even if you bring players in after, yeah, I'm all up for it, but it's about affecting the game and the team to play Leicester. Colin, sorry, you.
Oh, no. You were all good. I don't know. It was really ugly. It was a really ugly first half, for many reasons. Do you think tactically we got anything wrong?
Well, today.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you think it's so clearly we're being outplayed, right? We've talked about how there's some underperforming players. We're not sure what do you leave them on? Do you take them off? What do you do? But I want to take like a step even further back and say, do Bayern just kind of have our number? Are they Is their press just something that we can't deal with? Is there anything that we could be doing tactically different to, you know, make this not as lopsided of a match? Or is it all players, you think, and not so much tactics at this point?
I don't think Bayern are playing a 4-3-3, right? So they're not playing with an out-and-out centre midfield. They're playing with three. You can call it what you like. They look like they're playing with 3-8s, all right? 3-8s, and they're playing with two wide players and someone down the middle. Although that person down the middle might be a false down the middle at the moment, because they haven't got an out-and-out striker out there. So, you know, at the end of the day, you're going up against a team like for like, but we're just not doing it. We're not doing it. We can't get the ball out to people. You know, the ball goes out wide to Sonny, and Sonny, I'm afraid, has one trick, and one trick only, playing out on the left. And everybody knows his trick. Brennan Johnson, the only way that Brennan Johnson gets into the game is Brennan Johnson is probably the paciest player that we've got up front, right? And you have to play the ball in front of him, right, for him to run and beat his defender, to run onto to beat his defender. He's not the type of player that is going to go past the defender with skill. Drop of the shoulder, you know, skill. So there's issues there. There are issues there. You know, it'd be interesting to see who he plays in this half, right? If he were to bring youngsters on and the youngsters shone again, then what it tells me is that and that's against Bayern Munich now, but then what it then tells me is that the way that Postecoglou wants to play, right, is being taken on board by the young uns, and the old uns just ain't taking on board what he's saying anymore. And if that's the case, then that's big trouble for us. If you're speaking, you're bouncing. Say again.
Oh, sorry. I walked away from the computer. I was hoping I could get back before you noticed, but I'm back now.
You sound like a Dalek.
Hold on, almost fixed.
Now you sound all right.
How about now?
So Daniel, yeah, now you sound all right. Daniel Quiz says, yeah, we need players. Remember, plenty of time apparently, even though, yeah, I've said that already, didn't I? Tigara says, time for Timo to shine against these German brethren.
Come on, Timo.
It's interesting. No German clubs wanted Timo. Daniel Coy says, this is what I said to you a couple of weeks ago. If we don't get signings before the season starting, we're almost sacrificing the first two league games. And Scott M says, it's both the tactics are awful, leaving us wide open, but we also give the ball away far too easy and don't have anyone in midfield that can control the game with the ball and without. Do you know what? Right. Sarr has been anonymous. All right. I'm going to call it as it is. Sarr's been anonymous. Maddison has been anonymous. Gray is being asked to do too much because he hasn't got two players beside him doing anything at all. So he's just like the weight of Tottenham is on his shoulders at the moment because the other two midfielders ain't doing nothing. And as for the forwards, it's all right. Kulu's looked pretty. Kulu's tried to look. I think Son's been awful. I think Johnson's been awful as well. And you know, and they're coming straight through us. And our defence, our last line of defence is our defence, and they are being overrun. So, will Bissouma do anything different? Will Bergvall do anything different? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But you got to defend from the front as well. I've always been taught that from early age. You defend from the front. Liverpool in their heyday had Ian Rush up front, and Ian Rush was the first line of defence. Kenny Dalglish, first line of defence. Kevin Keegan, first line of defence. Watching football as a kid, these people were the first line of defence, and then you defended as a team and you attacked as a team. We don't think we seem to have about 20 yards, if not further, in between our forward and midfielders. So Grant says, Jose, midfield 3 I would like to see is Gray at 6, Biss at 8 and Bergvall at 10. See what happens in the second half, Graham. Let's see who he brings on and what changes he makes and that. But let's not take away from it as well, right? and let's be on the level here. We're playing against the Champions League team. We're playing against a step up, a big time step up in class. Bayern Munich would run our Premiership close. So
yeah.
cool things as they are, yeah. Cool things as they are. We're not playing the middle of the road side here.
No.
So call it as it is. Targara says Biss and Bergvall could be the cure we need. Couldn't be worse than Pape and Madders that half. Skyrim says, I agree, Jose. I don't think Gray is ready and he has given the ball away far too easy. But at least he's out there trying, getting involved. Full credit to him. The other two have been invisible. Exactly. I think they've been absolutely shocking and they're meant to be senior players. But, well, calling Sarah senior players 21. But Madison, yeah, Madison. And someone said during the week, someone commented that Madison doesn't pass the ball to youngsters. Is that because he's threatened by them? What is it? But anyway, give me 2 secs, Cole. You there? He might be back. I'm not sure. But yeah, we wait and see. Don't know what's happening in the second half. I haven't come out as yet. Oh, here we go. They're coming out now. Has there been any substitutions? Bayern Munich have made some substitutions because the goalkeeper's changed automatically. So, right, need to check up quickly if there's been any substitutions. Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have made substitutions, but it's the goalkeeper's come off and has been replaced by someone, but I don't know who it is. Tottenham appear to have made no. It's Basuma. Basuma's on, so Basuma must be replacing someone.
Madison, I bet.
The Spurs
not like for like.
The Spurs substitutions are not shown on my app either.
Bergvall's
on. Sar's on still, so that must be. It's got to be Gray and Madison that have come off because I just saw Sar walk past. Let me have a look. As soon as we know who's definitely on, we'll let you know. Who's 15?
I'm not sure I like Bergvall coming off, but oh well. Not Bergvall. Sorry, Gray. Gray coming off.
Right, Kim Min-jae's gone captain because Neuer's come off. And I know Neuer's been replaced because I saw him not come out and the goalkeeper come on. But I can't see. Is it coming up with any stats or any commentary to tell me? Right, Neuer's the only substitution I think that Bayern have made. João Paulinho's come on. So João Paulinho's replaced someone because João Paulinho's wearing a 16, so he's come on for Bayern Munich as well. Don't say that Emerson is on. He is as well. They've brought Bissouma on, and guess who's come off? The Dragon. Not the Welsh one, the Romanian one.
Weird.
So how close is that Milan move then? Because Emerson is now playing again.
Pay up or shut up, Milan. And I also think weird. Is Dragerson just clearly not ready? He did look a little bit shaky at times, but strange that he came off.
So in the first half, just to enlighten people, right? Bayern had 59% of possession to Tottenham's 41. Bayern had 12 shots, 4 on target, 7 off target, to Tottenham's 2 shots, none on target, 1 off target.
Jesus Christ, see how suicidal that ball out from the back was? You might have missed it. Oh my God.
Bayern completed 247 passes to Tottenham's 168. Bayern had 7 corners to Tottenham's 3. Bayern had been offside 4 times to Tottenham's 1.
The fuck was that, Sar?
And our goalkeeper has made 3 saves and the opposing goalkeeper has made none. That's your figures for the first half. That looks like a hospital ball and it's just frozen. It must have been a foul on the defender.
I'm in charge. We'll see what happens, guys. See if I keep the wheels on this thing. We are currently trying to play out of our half, and it looks like we're going to do it courtesy of Jed Spence carrying the ball forward. Nice. Jed Spence. Back out wide to Sonny on the left. And Sonny shoots into traffic. Kulu with the shot. Narrowly wide. Narrowly wide. Nice shot, Kulu. Didn't have much on it, but it still looked like it might have beat the keeper had it been on frame. Let me fix our thing here.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries, buddy. No worries. Kulu had maybe one of our best attempts yet. Narrowly missed, narrowly wide.
Yeah, I can see the chat talking about it.
Yeah. Damn. Guy just glides. So obviously we're missing our two starting defenders, right? But defensively, we just look like bad. I don't know. They're just going through us for fun.
Emerson got to that. Bloody hell. So they've brought on Leon Goretzka as well. So Bayern Munich have made some changes here.
God dang it. Did Basuma get all the way back there for that? Yeah. He did. Bergvall carrying the ball forward. Did he milk a card out of that? Or a foul out of that? Yeah, he did. And a yellow card.
To Goretzka.
Do you guys know who Flash Gordon is over in England?
Yeah.
Bergvall reminds me of Flash Gordon.
Do we know who Flash Gordon is, he says. This is for a third world country.
I don't know how much. I don't know. I didn't know how big of a show that was.
Flash.
Defender.
Savior of the universe.
Yeah. It's good stuff. So cheesy. Who was that? Trying to see something. So we're a little over 5 minutes into the half. Do you think it's looking better than the first half so far, Jose?
Well, we seem to be controlling the ball and a bit more measured and not as rushed. But then you've got to remember, they've made substitutions as well. So it's not just us. True. There we go. He's scaring me again, Royale, with that ball. Nice turn by Spence. Look at Spence. It's nice turn by him.
Spence has just started to say, forget it. I'll do it myself. Is Kim Min-jae hurt?
We've got Bergvall looks ready, in my opinion. Already 2 instances of winning the ball back and 2 times showing his strength. Bergvall already looks up for it, is what we're getting from Daniel Coyes and Graham. And Dekaru says, remember, Cole, the Queen played the soundtrack song, so yes, we all know it. Courtney Johnny Vasco says, Bergvall, I'm loving him. Graham says, Spence again, breaking the lines, looking good. Taigaru Cole, it's like when a reporter asks, and who Robbie Williams was. Yes, we know Flash Gordon. We turn the rock over a few times a year.
Well,
he's in. Good save by the keeper. Is that Vicario? Vicaria's still in goal, so it's a good save by Vicario.
Spence is on it today, man.
I'm telling you, this kid is like a new signing for Tottenham Hotspur.
Good, that's money saved. Now let's go spend it somewhere else.
Yeah, he is absolutely donning it.
I love that, and the team will see that as money saved, and as long as I spend it somewhere else, I'm happy.
Ball's gone up in the air. Scott M, you must be watching a different game if you think Spence been awful today, mate. That I can't agree with you on, Scott, I'm afraid. Up until now, Spence has been a Dom player.
Ooh, Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer is just about to come on. Can we roast Dyer?
Oh my God! If Sonny just absolutely does him for pace and then scores, I'd be so happy. There's no criminals at your house, are there, Jose?
There might as well be, because they're just barking. They're just mad, these dogs.
Bergvall again win possessions.
Is that Bergvall? No. That's a nice ball. It's unlucky. It's unlucky.
Some nice, positional changes by with Kulu and Brennan there.
Oh, fuck off. What a load of shit.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Have they made any substitutions yet, or what? Is Dyer coming on?
Yeah, Dyer's coming on. Kim Min-jae's coming off. Kim Min-jae had motioned that he needed to come off. So I think he's hurt.
Bergvall.
Damn it.
There you go.
Son of a bitch. Slide.
Right. There you go. 2-0. 2-0 to Bayern. I knew it was 2-0 already, but I couldn't say much more than that. Goretzka scores a goal. Tottenham ripped open from losing the ball out on the right-hand side. On our right, their left. Ball
we committed so many.
Yeah,
so many forward. Well, it sucks.
It's a great save by Vicario. He's not a fault. He's made a great save.
No, but he always parries it instead of catches. And I know that was uncatchable. And so that one, I guess, isn't a good example. But, like, there's times where he pushes the ball out instead of catching it and then just pushes it right back into danger, where it's like the first save is negated by the fact that he put it right back at an attacker's feet. But Basuma. Son attempted to put in one of those low crosses. And Bayern are on the ball. And back to not back to Vicario. All right, and with one nice pass, Spurs look to be playing out from their half finally. Bergvall at the halfway line. Pass to Brennan Johnson. And Brennan makes a terrible pass. Kulu still almost gets to it. But he cannot completely get Brennan Johnson out of trouble there.
It's not even that was a foul, but it's not been given as he's played on. I don't know, this referee's been brilliant tonight.
Yeah, he's great. Bergvall, hit it, you son of a gun. Oh, well. We've turned the pressure up a bit. It hasn't come to anything. I do think that we need to get Brendan Johnson off the pitch. I don't care who we put over there. Somebody that's going to run. That's all I want. Yeah, he's bent over, feeling his hamstring or something. Get him out of here. Look at him walking. He's hurt.
Who's that? If people thought we were going to come out and bury Bayern, you know.
Oh, no, yeah.
I think you need your heads tested before the game started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting what Ange does next, really, because would it be a step up for these boys to play against to bring them on and play against Bayern, or is it going to be a step against them because the Bayern players are like they're A-rate players, aren't they?
Yeah, they are good. Oh, Eric Dyer gave the ball away though. Fucking nice. Agent Dyer. Nope, we couldn't capitalize on it. That sucks so bad. I wanted so bad to score off that. God.
Johnny Brasco says sub the captain. Saar is just harmless potato. Saar's gone running through. He's gone Saar.
Come on.
So what you need, right? What Tottenham need, right? Again, and I was saying this, apart from a defender, they need a midfielder who's going to grab the hold of the ball. Grab hold of the ball and grab a game by the scruff of its neck. Bring your team back into it. I know it's a team effort, right? But you need someone that leads from the midfield that's going to grab the team and grab the game by the balls, right? And we haven't got that at the moment. And then you need,
Madison was supposed to be that guy.
Playing the strikers that we've got at the moment, we look impotent. And we've got nothing to come on. We've got nothing to bring on and nothing to change that. We're short in that department. It's as simple as.
I think, for this match, I think we'll see some subs around the 70th minute probably. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's going to be probably Werner instead of a youth player, but I'm not sure.
But one player, you need more to change more than one player.
Fair dues. Yeah, we absolutely do. So what do you think? Take out Kulu for Lancashire and then put in?
I'd say that it's too much to have a lot of these players carry on playing. Next to knock these cabs off the rank are Ollie Skip and Jamie Donnelly.
What the hell? Oliver Skip, though, to be fair, I know that the opposition needs to be taken.
Skip for Saar?
I think so.
Where's Donnelly going to play? Because at the end of the day, I think you've got...
What was that? Sorry.
Jed Spencer's played well. Is he taking Jed Spence off and putting Donnelly in that position? What is he doing?
And are we allergic to making attacking subs?
The sheriff is thanking you, Colin.
I got you, brother. No prob.
The sheriff can't see us, but we're giving you thumbs up, mate.
Big love, sheriff.
Courtney Johnny Vasco says sub the captain, and then says we need a proper mouthy captain. We look proper aimless.
Yeah, I can
Biss
see
carrying the ball. 1-2 for Biss. Oh, he gets taken off the ball, dispossessed.
Oh, now they'll call a foul. Okay.
And now the substitutions will be made. Let's see. I'll be interested to see. 3 substitutions. It's Divine, Donnelly, and Skip. 24 for 63. 24 is Spence, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
33 for 4. So it's Davis, Spence.
Are we allergic to attacking subs or?
So Skip's come on for Davis.
I'm all right with it.
Jed Spence is coming off for Jamie Donnelly. You had a good game, Jed, and it's Pape Sarr coming off for Alfie Divine.
It wasn't Sarr's best match.
I saw a lot of Sarr last season, right? And I don't know what Sarr offers us, to be honest. Yeah, he can run about a bit, but I don't see what he offers us, to be honest.
I was really impressed with him at times last season.
But I was equally unimpressed with him at times last season.
That's fair.
So, there's some times that he stood out, but more often he didn't.
Yeah.
It's very few and far between when he stood out. God, Jamie Donnelly, that's a bad first touch. Skip saved you there, mate. There's Bush on the ball now. Son's gone down. Ball out wide. Porro, goal.
Oh, my God. Pedro Porro, you son of a gun. Let me get the score changed right away.
Pedro Porro with a banger. Baby.
The freaking, fly of that ball was crazy.
Pedro Porro's pulled one back for Tottenham Hotspur. We now have Bayern Munchen 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Pedro Porro has just scored a banger. Rightly or wrongly, Spurs have got one back.
Jesus Christ.
This doesn't mask what we've seen, unless they improve. It doesn't mask what we've seen so far, though.
Just keep hitting them.
Keep blasting them.
Honestly, I think that's our chance to get something out of this, is just pepper their keeper.
Mark Cousins. Yeah, Mark saying the quad's on.
Yes, Mark.
Courtney Johnny Vasco says, we need an hands cam. His face is priceless. He looks like he's going to massacre someone. Spurs sees GCTV. Graham says, Pedro with a Porro banger. Just a harmless potato says, brilliant Porro, what a strike. Cockney Johnny Vasco says, Viva España, because of Porro's goal. Just harmless potato says, the pre-season quad, you never seen that. Scott M. Porro, brilliant, which is nice to see, but a little concerning. We need a wonder goal to threaten them, and didn't create anything through our build-up play. At the end of the day, yeah, I agree with what you're saying there, Scott, but all goals count as well. So,
and sometimes all it takes is a goal to change the tide.
But I do agree about the set-up play, though. I do agree with you there, sir.
And I mean, to be fair, they've done it to us more, but we have carved them open a couple of times with some nice, intricate one-touch short passes. Hopefully, we can see some more of that. I would really, really, really like to see Werner come on. I know that's probably silly of me, but Jesus. Oh, Bergvall, oh my God, you're in on goal, dude. No,
oh my God,
he's
putting wide. How'd he put that wide? He was standing in front of the goal. He stood in front of the goal. How did he put that wide?
I don't know.
But it was brilliant by him. He created that out of nothing.
I don't know if he knew that he was through. It was like when he got the ball, he seemed so shocked that there wasn't a defender on him. But yeah, Poro's pass to him was sick. Poro's driving. He's making things happen. Mark says the quad is off.
Proper close, says Johnny Vasco. Oh my God, just on say, geez, that was so close. Subs have lifted Spurs.
Hell yes, Graham. Yeah,
they have. Scott, if it looked like a difference in class for long spells, but it's over when the fat lady sings.
I wonder if that lady cares that we're all calling her fat.
I don't think she cares at all.
Yeah, she's probably over it by now. Oh, okay. That was a wonderful pass. What makes me the most happy is that it was between two Spurs players and neither of them ran for it.
Oh, good tackle by the goat, Emma Goat. Good tackle by Emma Goat. Respect Emerson. He has looked more solid at the back.
He's trying to get that transfer, man.
Oh, it's a big run down the wing, and it's across the 6-yard box. And the Bayern defender just about got that ball away. It's being picked up wide. Is it Donnelly? I think he's picked the ball up. Donnelly to Son. Son runs into trouble because Son hasn't got it, man.
Son cut into the middle. Who would have guessed?
Bissouma. 1, 2, 3. It's gone out wider to Kulu. Kulu with the cross. Oh, player coming through the back post. It's now a corner kick to Tottenham. Cotley Johnny Vasco. Munchen looking worried now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Gone back out to.
I have a bias against the city of Munich, so I just don't like Bayern in general. Oh God, no.
No, that's all right. That Kulu back there.
Yeah.
It is as well. It was Kulu. Look, he's running. Look how Kulu's sprinting up to try and catch up with the play again. And now he's picking the ball up wide.
What an absolute
He has run the length of the pitch to get there. And people say he's unfit and he's not fast.
Yeah.
Scott says, why is Johnson still on? I couldn't tell you, Scott. That I can't answer for you. It's 70 minutes gone, and I thought they might have. The one place they might have made changes was up top.
Wow, a nice touch by Kulu too to take the ball away from the attacking player as well. That whole entire, piece of play from Kulu was great. Spurs throw. I feel like every time the ball goes out, Johnson's like, when can I come off? He's always looking.
Sonny coming off. He seems to be walking towards the touchline. There's someone there. There's movement. Who's that?
Water break.
Oh, the water break. But there's substitutions being made at this water break, I believe. Because a couple of players had their tops off, mate. Chat, tell me what you think. What do you think of Bergvall so far since he's come on? Are people liking what they're seeing? Is the jury's still out on him? Has he not done enough to impress you? What does the chat think on Bergvall? And then after the chat, if anyone responds in the chat, then we can ask you, Colin.
Yeah. I've got opinions.
I knew you'd have opinions, but I just want to see if the chat have got anything to say first. Bergvall is oven ready, is what Graham says. Scott M says, good signs from Bergvall. Impressed me in the terms of him for the future, but doesn't look ready. Interesting. Colin, what are your thoughts?
I think it looks good. Brave, not afraid of anything really, which is exactly what you want out of a player. Hey, look, I'm getting my wish. But anyway, yeah, he looks brave, which is
Donnelly, Werner, Mikey Moore, and Brandon Austin are the four that are coming next. They're the next clubs off the rank.
Yeah. Does that mean Brandon Austin's like our guarantee, like our definite number 2 next season?
I am hoping so. I'm hoping that Forster is so far away from this club. And Whiteman, they just need to go.
Daniel's trying to set me off. He's trying to get me going.
We're screwed. Werner's coming on. So Sonny's coming off.
He looks pissed too, but that's good. I want him to be. But how is Sonny coming off, but not Johnson?
Who's been given the armband? Skip.
All right, Werner scored 2 goals, and I'm never going to shut up about it. If Werner scores today at all, I'm going to talk about it all season. Because it'll be the only goal he scores all season.
It's the only game time he's going to get the rest of the season.
No. He'll see out the end of games when we're losing. That was a very nice shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. I like a good shoulder-to-shoulder. I don't think those get – the world's gone soft, and that gets called as a foul sometimes now. Makes me sick. Spurs attempting some intricate build-up.
That was Bergvall. Picked up the ball again. Held his player off. First time pass straight to a player. And played forward, didn't play backwards. It's a great shot. It's unlucky. Was that Donnelly or Mike? That was Werner.
It was
right
Werner.
foot.
Yep.
Wiener with his right foot.
Wow. Yeah, Daniel agreed. Forster probably is still trying to get off of the floor at Fulham. It was mostly just super embarrassing to see him fall that way every time. He didn't dive for a single penalty. Hey, Bergvall again with gets possession with some traffic, gets a pass off.
Bergvall has impressed me. This is the game that he's impressed me the most out of all the preseason games and what I've seen playing. We're playing against the highest quality. And Bergvall's impressed me so far since he's come on. He really has. He just does the right things. He's doing the right things. He lays the ball off. He holds, he progresses the ball up. He breaks the lines. He looks a really, really good player on this form.
Just one tackle there looked like 2. Ooh. I think it was smart of him to give the kids 15 minutes or so.
He's already done more than the midfield that started, is what Graham says. Emerson's needs to go is what Cockney Johnny Vasco says. Scott M. Vina with the nice pass to the Bayern goalkeeper. Daniel Coy's forced. They're still trying to get back. Yeah, you said that. Graham says, Timo will come good this season. I will put that line in the sand right now. And Harmless Potato says, is that company screaming, move the ball, move the ball? The thing is, right, is for all the people that are hating on these players, right, the interesting thing is I want to see what, right, if these players were to come good, right, so if Johnson and Werner and people like that were to click and we scored more goals and we got more assists from them and stuff like that, the people that hate will turn around and say, but it's what we've always wanted. But we were right all along. They're shit. But it's what we've always wanted. Is we wanted. The reason why we're saying it is because we wanted goals. We wanted assists. So at the end of the day, you're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. So, you know, I understand your comment, Graham. And secretly, part of me wants these players to do well.
Secretly, you gotta want them to do well. They're your team.
No, I do want them to do well, but you know, at the end of the day, if you say that you want them to do well because you're supporting your team, you'll get called delusional by parts of the fan base. It's not being delusional.
Sorry about that.
It's not being delusional. It's supporting your team. I want to support my team. I want my team to win, not just win matches. I want them to win things. And you know, at the end of the day, if we don't get behind the players that we've got for the start of the season, then you know, is there any point in supporting a team?
I'm right there with you.
If people have got their own agendas and stuff about the board and stuff like that, then so be it. But still support the team because I don't hear enough of supporting the team. I understand why people want Levy out. I really do. I understand it totally, and I understand all of that. But to the detriment of the team, I want the team to do well, man.
And what happened to supporting the players that wore the shirt? And I understand that they're not up to, some of the players aren't up to the ability and the level that we would like them to be, but they're still Spurs players. I don't know. I feel like that's been lost in recent years, just supporting your own, and makes me sad.
Scott says, wanting them to do well is not delusional, Jose, but when they don't do well and people, not you, claim that they did, that is where the delusion comes in. Daniel Coy says to Graham, you've got more confidence in Werner than Werner himself. Mark Cousins, the show says, I will always support my team, but will be critical if I deem necessary. And that should be right.
As you should.
Be right. It's right. Listen, I respect what everybody says. And I've always said that. I respect what everyone says. Everyone's got different views, But the one thing I want is, the one thing I think we should all do is support the team. If the team have played badly, then we call it for what it is. They've played badly, but support the team.
And Berval again, brother. Sorry to cut you off.
That's what I want people to do. All I want people to do is support the team. Simple as. That's all I've ever said is support the team. Regardless of what you might think of the person who sits upstairs, regardless of what you might think of the manager, regardless of what you might think of the first team coach, regardless of what you think of the tea lady, the people that work selling the club tickets in the offices, the security in the stadium, regardless of all that, regardless of everything, just support the team is what I say.
Hey, these young players have been looking nuts, by the way. They have come in with a fire lit under their asses, and they are really, really fighting. I've liked what I've seen from some of these youngins.
Today's attendance is 63,498, and we are in the 81st minute, and it's Bayern Munchen 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Scott Evans says, I think wanting the club to win things and having players that can do that is supporting the club. I don't get how wanting success with the club is bad. Spurs GCV Graham says, Jose, I've been following Spurs for decades and seen it all. Cup wins, relegation, etc. I will support the shirt always. Tigara says there is a massive difference between fan and, in brackets, attackism and supporter. James loves Spurs. I want to see a midfielder of Lucas Graham Madison. James loves Spurs. Tigaro is here, and you were gifted your membership for Tigaro. So if you want to show your appreciation, let Tigaro know. Check your WhatsApp, Jose. I sent you a pic of Spurs Junior. Is that your grandson? I'll have a look. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. I haven't got my phone with me at the moment. Graham says, I have no problem with criticism as long as it's constructive. I will criticize as much as the next person, but there are those who complain for the sake of it, which I cannot understand. Cockney Johnny Vasco says, the tea lady at Spurs is my mum's neighbour. Daniel Coyce says, what's the tea lady done wrong? I have been told on good knowledge that she makes a banging cuppa. And Johnny Vasco says, I don't get no secret info, though.
I was literally just going to ask you that, Johnny, so I'm glad you...
And James Loves Spurs is thanking Tigaro for the gifted membership.
James Loves Spurs. Where's your content been, buddy? You haven't been putting stuff out.
Oh, that's a nice turn. Dean, is the keeper going to get there? Keeper's got there. Can you?
I really like this. I really like this thing that we're doing with the stream on StreamYard and not trying to sync ours up. You know what I mean? With both watching the, I don't know. It works much better.
Yeah. No, it's better watching it like this, where you're all in the same minute and the same everything, rather than I'm 30 seconds ahead of you. I'm 40 behind you in that.
Yeah, we spent half the time. I was hardly able to pay attention to matches sometimes. Sustained pressure. Come on, boys. It almost seems like the young kids are better at this one-touch ball than.
And the thing you've got to remember, what we'll get is, this is what's going to happen, right? You're watching the youngsters playing and knocking the ball about against Bayern Munich.
They're tired. They've already been playing.
They're tired. They've sent out reserve players. Like they've got Goretzka on the pitch now. You know, João Paulinho, people like that are on the pitch now. But it's, they're playing against tired players. Or, but it ain't a Premiership team, is it? You can't win for losing. You can't win for losing on anything you say.
Overcooked the shit out of that pass, but all well. I like what I see. And if it was overcooked for for Werner to get to it, then.
And at the end of the day, again, the youngsters play with no baggage. I keep saying this. They play with no baggage whatsoever. They've got no hang-ups. There's no dramas. They just play.
They don't think they're superstars. They don't.
They just play because they want to play. The thing is, they want to play with a shirt. They're not there to get their money and go home. They actually want to play with a shirt. And you want that. That's what you want. We want players.
Ooh,
if you
remember
teams like Chelsea, and I look my team. You remember they had players like Frank Lampard, they had John Terry, players like that who played for the badge. They played for the badge. They played for the club.
United had that as well.
Some of the youngsters, and these youngsters have got it. They want to play for the badge. At the end of the day, like I said, okay, it's only half an hour most of these kids are getting in this game. But this is Bayern Munich. This ain't Hearts. This ain't QPR. This ain't a Korean K1 team. This is Bayern Munich that they're playing against. But, again, we're going to get the people to turn around and say, yeah, but what we're doing is we played against a tiring team. And no, it's Bayern Munich. End of. Or what we're saying, that Bayern Munich only have got a good 11 and the rest of their team is crap. Is that what we're saying?
Right, and that our guys and acting like our guys are starting quality. I mean, like we obviously have put in our reserve players too. It's reserve players versus reserve players. I think that's a fairly good comparison.
And you've got Graham says, agree, Jose. It's a no-win. These youngsters are representing themselves superbly, and they have. And then no one can take away saying that the youngsters haven't done well. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I ain't got a crystal ball, but. Is this what we need to do as a club? Do we need to think about our younger players who want to play for the badge and are not afraid to do things, right?
That's stopped by Austin, yeah.
Or we playing with people that, are worried about, their image, what their image rights are going to give them, how much salary they're going to get, and then have no care in the world. I mean, is that what we want for players? Because it's not just Tottenham. There's a lot of teams that have got players like that in their team. But you've got freshness.
Mercenaries, you might call them.
Yeah, you've got freshness here. You've got people that want to be here, that want to play.
God damn it. Sorry. Language.
Says, well, as long as it's only 2-1, would you not rule out that we can come back? Says just harmless potato. And he says, do we go straight to pens after 90 minutes? Not at 2-1, we wouldn't. I don't know what happens in this game, to be honest. I don't know what happens if it's a draw, if it just remains a draw. I don't even know if there's a cup on the line. It'd be funny if there was, because this is called the Coupang Play Cup. Yet we won a cup the other day, didn't we? So we played, so it'd be interesting. I don't know.
Oh,
Go on, Emerson, tear him back. He done well. He slowed the player right down.
yeah, he did.
And a nice save from Brandon Austin. And Brandon Austin keeps the ball close to him, doesn't he? Doesn't parry out.
He doesn't. I do like that about him.
He's
Very
done that
tidy.
about 2 or 3 times now. He doesn't parry, does he?
Takes the sting off of it and then collects nice and quick. Keeps it right next to him.
Look, do you know what? With Vicario and Austin, I'm more comfortable.
No.
What's wrong?
Oh,
You're right.
Yeah, no, I'm just mad about the way the ball was given away there.
With
I'm good,
with Austin and Vicario, I'm more comfortable than when we had Lloris and Forster and Galini and all the others.
Friedel, Lloris and Friedel.
No, that's too far back. But yeah, with these 2 goalkeepers, I'm more comfortable. Brandon Austin has impressed me as well in pre-season, I must say.
He's better than Whiteman. I think he's a way better keeper than Alfie Whiteman for sure.
Yeah, but he's a better keeper. I think he's head and shoulders more than Whiteman, but he's also, in a different stratosphere compared to Forster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Forster's been making good money. I mean, he's had a decline obviously, but I think that it's.
Is this Werner? It is as well. Werner's playing out on the right, so they've done something different. I said all along, I said it on the Pump show earlier, they were talking about Mikey Moore getting a chance on the right. And I said, but Mikey Moore's right-footed, but likes coming out in from the left. And they put Werner out on the right, and Mikey Moore looks like he's gone out onto the left. That was a good ball.
Just carved through again and again. It's almost like basketball. Team attacks, the other team attacks. One team attacks.
I'll tell you what, Biss has done well this off.
5 added minutes.
Yeah, Biss has done well this off as well. I've got to say that. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, but he would be up against Goretzka and Paulinho in their midfield at the moment. But Biss has done well. Biss has played the 6th role quite well this off. And
yeah, I watched a video about Bissouma. What's the name of the? There's a Spurs channel that has been pumping out content lately. What are they called again? Hold on one second. But they put out a video about Bissouma and the plan for him this season, or what appears to be the plan for him this season. They're called Spurs Unwrapped. 32,000 views on a video from 5 days ago. They're absolutely slaying it. But yeah, they supposedly we're putting Bissouma back into more of a 6 role. That's all just based off of preseason, but it's an interesting watch. Red card. Playing after the whistle.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about these pre-seasons, there's no VAR in that, but the flags have gone up a lot quicker than what they do when we got VAR.
Yeah, true.
Scott, when I'm saying the 6, I mean the way that he's played today, he looks really good, right? Today playing in that position, but I'm not saying he's the answer and that we need to don't need to buy a 6 or he's the answer. All I'm saying is that for me, he's played well today in the role.
Yeah, you just mean the words you said, that he's played well today.
Today he's played well. Today he's impressed me this half when he's played. And he's up against Paulinho and Goretzka. And I think he's done really well this half. Oh, he's talking about assuming a 6 and not a quality player that we need there. Come on. And that come on is for the club, not you, Colin Lowell.
No worries. Scott, we're boys. I get it.
It's interesting because Tottenham fly back after this game, right? And so they'll be at the Hotspur away this week. I really do hope, for the sake and the sanity of Tottenham fans, that something gets done this week, business-wise.
I want everybody to melt down, so I hope we don't do anything. No, I'm just kidding, obviously. But
You're a shit stirrer.
a little bit. No, in fact, a lot of it. I do.
I know you do.
Yeah. Oops. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of a petty person. Seriously? Our stream. Okay, there we go. Man, everybody was taking nibbles out of each other in there. Come on. 1 minute. So let's give the ball away. Great plan. Two, 1, whatever. Guys, play like the cup depends on it. What'd you say this cup is called, Jose? Oh, the Kupang Play Series. We just threw away. The quad's off. Well, hey.
And that's the game finished. It has finished. Spurs 1, Bayern Munchen 2. What did you think, Carl?
Oh, look, what's going on here? Emerson and Emerson was having words with one of their players. I don't know the players from Bayern. No, I mean, Jose, what did I think? Definitely, there's something to be desired, but I will say that I was a lot happier in the second half when we had the youngins come on. Like you said, they played with no fear. They played with swagger, and I think we're going to be relying on some of them this season. I really do, especially if we don't hurry up and make some transfers. We're going to be relying on them more than we had anticipated. So, yeah, I'm excited. I like what I see from them. I liked what I've seen in flashes from the team as a whole. Some of that one-touch football we've been playing against the kind of the lower level sides. We saw a bit of that today, not as much, but that's where we need to improve. We need to get back to that level and be able to do that and play consistently our way against the big teams. And I think it's coming. I think I'm seeing progress when you take into account the fact that we played so much more difficult of a team today.
Fair enough. What we got? I've just sent a message out, and I'm saying I'm only going for a further half an hour. So we can have the after show for a further half an hour, and then after that, we're cutting ties because I've got things to do, and I'm sure you need to do some things as well, Colin. So I don't want to keep you longer because I know it's really early in the morning for you. So
you're good, buddy.
Right, let me just come out of this other one. Right. So should we come out of the other one? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
There we go. I've come out of it completely. Right. So You have got, what do we have? We have Courtney Johnny Vasco says, really enjoyed the last half an hour. Jamie, Bergvall was unreal. I'd start him over Madders versus Leicester. Chris Agambar, we needed a better team to play against to show that we are still way off it.
I agree.
Second half was much better. Second half was much better. Spence was the player of the first half. Bergvall is ready to start, in my opinion. Just a harmless potato. We could make any transfers. We could make any transfers because of the Euros, then the Copa America. Now it's the Olympics. Then we'll have to wait until they come back from vacation, and there is still 2 hours left until the season starts. Not impressed, other than Bergvall and Porro's goal, is what Daniel Quiz saying. Adrian, good afternoon, young man. Good afternoon, young man.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you, sir? Tell me what your thoughts are on today's game.
Well, I mean, like, terrible, awful error by Vicario, even he screamed for the goal, wasn't it? And all through that first half, like, Bayern Munich, they just, like, looked like they were going to steamroll us. What was particularly disappointing as well, when we even did get the ball, like, our throw-ins are crap, right? And, like, then, and I think what was very telling in the midfield was Gray struggled against the Bayern press. He struggled today. Not knocking the kid. Like, he's up against quality opposition. He struggled, didn't he? He went in, we were lucky to be 1-0 down at half time, And of course, we had changes. I mean, like, and Bergvall, come on. I mean, like, and against the quality opposition, showed class as far as I'm concerned. What a classy player is. His touches and all that. He's got that quickness of thought, isn't he, to find time and a calmness to, like, lay the ball. He doesn't panic and jump, Basuma, come on, I thought he was pants. Although he does a few good things, Basuma, he makes so many errors in midfield. He gives the ball away on about 3 different occasions I see that could have led to goals, and I wasn't impressed with him at all. And after him, like, coming good, do you know what I mean? Obviously, the Porro goal, he'd get, if we hadn't improved, it had been him and Spence would also vied for, like, man of the match. But you got to give it to Bergvall. I know it's only a first half performance, So, like, they scored a second, like then Porro gets that 25-yarder. Typical of a goal he scored at Spurs as well, wasn't it? It's very similar from that angle, the one that went in the far corner, Yeah, so Bergvall to me was good. Actually, Abbott showed a lot of energy when he come on, more of what he's done for the under-21s. Because for those who don't know, George Abbott, he come from the under-18s as captain to captain the under-21s. Defensive midfielder who can play in the back four, who's got bundles of stamina and energy, and he gets stuck in. Even Emerson got stuck in. I know he's leaving, but he got stuck in, didn't he? So that's really my sort of synopsis of the game. Bergvall for me, man of the match, you know what I mean? And, like, Porro running him a close second. Like, I thought Spence did okay as well, again, before he went off. That's my brief synopsis. What do you guys think?
So what did you think of the youngsters then, Adrian?
Divine showed touches when he come on. But you see that they showed little touches and looked good. It wasn't that they weren't good. I mean, what you notice for these youngsters, that every time they come on in a second half for us, suddenly our energy levels go up. And I posted in the 2 WhatsApp groups, yours and mine, that like it. I said, let's hope our fitness and stamina tells in the second half, and I knew it would. We're more into our Preseason than Bayern are. Bayern are a quality side, obviously. No,
we kick off the same weekend. The seasons. Oh, right. The German league kicks off.
We've had a bit more game time than them, though, or whatever. Anyway, all right, semantics. But I wasn't that impressed. I mean, it was Bergvall who steadied the ship and come on and changed it. And, like, we could have got a draw. They could have scored more. We could have scored a few in the second half, but Bayern should have gone in about 3-0 at half time, really. And the game should have been over. But it wasn't. We dug in. And we dug in without Romero, VDV, and Udogie, But Spence did well, so, like, I wouldn't include Udogie there. In the middle, Dragerson was okay. it was just that we just couldn't beat the Bayern press in the first half. We were sloppy, and our throw-ins were crap, and we did what we did last season when we played Davies and Royal in the middle. This is the thing though with the Spurs side. The positive is we have this ability to hang in there when things go wrong, and we'd have seen Spurs sides in the past just crumble. They would have just crumbled. Right, so I'm taking positives for this game, especially that second half. This is a good Bayern side, right? They made a lot of changes, we did, so it really is hard to like fathom it out. But no, I thought first half we were pants. Second half we were a totally different side. We caused them loads of problems. So and you know, that little touch, just the over hit, under hit. You know, we might have been in and scored. Mind you, Bergvall should have scored, even though he's man of the match. He should have scored when he was through on that one. You know. Yeah.
Well, I've got a question here from, and I'm going to ask you first, Adrian, and then I'll ask Colin. Based on what we've seen pre-season, could you now pick your starting 11 against Leicester? You can include Kuti and VDV.
And you dog if he's fit.
Yeah.
Well, the back four and the goalkeeper picks itself. The issue is, I mean, in every game so far that I've noticed, you can correct me in the chat, Sarr and Johnson have started. So that tells you a bit into Angie's thinking. So Sarr and Johnson are going to start. The other midfield two, you know Maddison's going to start. So it's going to be Sarr and Maddison, isn't it? It's a question where Basuma can keep Bergvall out, because I think on that performance today, it's one or the other. And it may be that one or the other players are called in the opposition. You know, if you've got more of a team that plays a low block, I think that would more suit Maddison. He'll get more time on the ball. If it's a team coming to come more at you like Bayern, I think Bergvall's a better pick. But it's good to have the choice. But I think for most games, Sarr and Maddison are going to start. Like Archie Gray's a good player. He'll get his chances. He'll play. He needs to develop a bit more, low in his game. If he's going to play in midfield, this is quicker in the Premier League. He's going to have to get used to moving the ball a bit more quickly. But like they're all going to get games. Basuma and that will get games. Even Bentancur when he comes back, they'll all get games. We're playing a minimum 48 games. That's if we don't progress in any of the cups. So, and we will. So, yeah. So, I mean,
your 11. Graham is saying that you're waffling. Pick your 11. He said, "Who's your starting 11?"
I'm going. Well, the back 4 and 5, you know, the regulars in midfield. I'm going Maddison, Sarr, and Bergvall. I'm playing them both. And up front, well, Son has to play, doesn't he? Johnson's going to play. And it looks like I think Werner will start if Richarlison isn't fit.
So no Kulu.
Shit, I forgot him. No, I'm playing Kulu. He's one of my favourite players.
Who are your front three then? You have to revise your front three.
Right, it's going to be Sonny, Kulu, and Johnson. And Kulu's been. And to be honest, and I know he's Marmite to a lot of Spurs fans, Kulu. He's been our best player pre-season by a shadow. He's scored goals. He's got assists. He should have had more goals with balls he's put through. Even today, he was dogging it in there when things weren't going well, trying to win the ball and hold the ball and all that. No, that would be it. I would play Bergvall and Maddison, though, because it's Leicester away. And with Sarr behind them. You can always change it if it doesn't work, though. I mean, it's not I'd be bold.
Let's go with you, Cole. Who's your starting 11?
Well, you know the Vicario is obviously going to be keeper. I'd like it back for the usual Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, and Porro. In my midfield, I'd have to have Bergvall in there. Bergvall, Gray, Maddison. Which I know is wild to put Bergvall and Gray both in there, but it is what it is. I haven't seen anything really better. And then I'd like a front three of Sonny on the left, Kulu in the middle right now, and then Werner on the right would be my starting 11 at this juncture. But hopefully we get some transfers in. Hopefully we've got some better options up top. Not that Kulu's terrible, because he's not. He's really not. But yeah, would just like to be able to mix it up a bit. But with what we've got, I would feel the most confident with that against Leicester.
Okay, for me,
I think Angela. I think it'll be Sarr and Bassoon with Madison. I just think he'll go with those three. But I'd play Bergvall. I'll drop Bassoon.
Oh, I'm gonna have a go. Right, for me, Vicario in goal. Porro right back. Romero, Van der Ven. Left back, Spence if a doggy's out injured.
Yeah.
If not, it's a doggy. My midfield three would be Bentancur, Bergvall, and Eze. And up front, Chiesa, Tony, Neto. That's my team. Because he said, what's your team for Leicester?
Yeah,
we can still make signings between now and then.
I see what you did there.
That's the Spurs Fantasy Island team that Jose's just rattled off.
Right. The Leicester games in the future, you guys, I don't think you guys are thinking of the future. I'm just thinking of the future. Leicester games in the future. We still can do bits. And I'm so hoping that we do bits and pieces between now and the Leicester game. Obviously, that's my team that I'd pick more or less.
All right, question for you.
Taking that back, right? What the team without them players in it? For me, like I said, a doggy if he's fit. If not, it'd be Spence there. My midfield three would be Gray, Bergvall, and Bentancur as my midfield three. I think Bentancur's been forgotten about, and I think that they'd learn a lot off Bentancur, the two youngsters.
I can see it.
And then up front, if I've got to pick what we've got at the moment, I'd pick. You can't really pick against the front three that played again today at the moment. You can't pick against Son playing on the left, Kulusevski down the middle, Johnson on the right. It's probably what I'd have to go for if I'm not allowed to pick players that we may purchase.
But Johnson looks so shit today.
Yeah, he looks well.
Just bad, like not the player that we thought we were getting.
It was interesting to see Werner come over to the right and Mikey Moore go on the left where he plays for the under-21s. That was interesting.
Werner didn't do a bad job, right?
But what I wanted to ask you, T, you've seen enough pre-seasons. You've seen a few of the youngsters, right? I mean, I've watched them a lot, but I mean, like you've seen a few of them. How many of them that you've seen would you include as part of your 25-man squad?
You don't have to include them now because they'll be on the B list. So you don't have to include them; they'll be there. They're just on the B list. That's all.
All right. Okay. With that, I'll reword it. How many of them would you want to see as part of the 25-man squad? I mean, directly involved, not as a B list, because that doesn't mean they're necessarily involved or not. They're just there as a list, but actually involved and get game time part of the 25-man squad. How many of them?
We've got Mark here as well. How are we changing this around so we can see Mark?
Oh, shoot. My fault.
No, don't worry about that.
How about we just do this?
Yeah, we like to see you, Mark.
There you go.
Don't worry about that.
Mark, the question is, based on what we've seen pre-season, could you now pick your starting 11 against Leicester? You can include Kuti and VDV if you want.
What, me?
Yeah,
yep.
Question. We've answered it already. We've answered it already.
All right. Well, obviously the back five, you know, Vicario, the four defenders. Now, I haven't watched a lot of these pre-season games. You know that. Is Archie Gray done enough to get in?
I think so, personally.
It's your call. It's your call.
Well, all right. Well, I haven't seen a lot, so
I had them both in my starting 11, but
yeah. Well, Madders has got to get in there. Where's I don't really know. Well, hopefully we'll sign a load of players.
That's the key. That's
To
what
be
I'm saying
honest.
too. Yeah.
We ain't done a lot yet, have we? You know, I mean, it's the front three that wants a bit of a revamp. You know, because Sonny's not a striker, in my opinion. Definitely not. So we definitely, desperately need a striker. Sonny on the left. Is Johnson? Well, I seen in the chat that like Johnson was pretty poor today, was he?
when did you come in and watch it? Did you come and watch it from the second half? Is that right, Mark?
About halfway through the second half.
Okay.
But even then, see, I had the game on the laptop, but I had you on my phone, so I wasn't really, you know, I was sort of flicking backwards and forwards. You know, it's very. I don't know how you do watch-alongs, to be honest, because I couldn't do it because there's too much going on. I can't keep up.
Yeah, Jose and I make a good team. We do a good job.
Yeah.
No, what I do, Mark, is I stream and watch from the iMac, and then I've got my laptop beside me, so I'm watching the game on my main on the iMac, and I can see all the chat on my laptop. So I call out all the chat on my laptop whilst I'm watching the game. So
I was going to say, it's too much going on for me. You know me in technology, we don't get on at the best of times.
I thought you was a master of technology, or at least that's what I've been saying for the last couple of years to everybody.
Well, yeah, but no, I don't understand it. Like it was me with the Microsoft thing the other week. I was only employed for one day.
Yeah, so the chat are all saying, a lot of people in the chat are saying they don't want to see Gray, he's not ready. People are saying they don't want to see Gray and Bergvall together. The midfield would be overrun. If I'm reading.
Well, in all fairness, we got a weaker side than last year then. Because we've sold all the ones that sort of glued us together for the last 10 minutes.
Well, the positive is we've got permutations in midfield because you've got 7 midfielders. What we haven't got is a glut of permutations in the front three, have we? Of quality, we haven't got it there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my concern is the front three.
I said last night on the show, I believe we're weaker than last year because we've sold half the players.
Yeah,
you know.
But then on right. So what we then got, guys, right? What we then got is we've got the boys will all fly back from Korea probably tomorrow. I would have thought. I mean, I don't even know. It looked like it was evening time in Korea, so it's probably tomorrow or a flight not so long after the game. They'll get back to England, probably be out doing some warm down or something like that on Monday. And then we get all our players back from La Copa and the Euros on Monday as well. So that means the whole squad will be at Tottenham Hotspur Way as from Monday. It's a week on the grass at Tottenham Hotspur Way, and then we play against Bayern at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in 1 week and 3 hours' time.
All 15 of them.
On that, Jose, you asked about the Leicester game away, but what we'll be telling will be that Bayern game, or we're playing in front of 6. It's a sell-up, right? Anyway, like which it would be. I'm not going, but what's your team for that? I mean, like. Surely we have to give Vidi and Rivero game time. Surely, and I'd forgotten about Bentancur as well. He's probably my favourite midfielder out of the bunch. Although Sarr was our best midfielder last season because Maddison and Bassoon were pence towards for a good part of the season. It is interesting. I mean, like I don't know how fit your dog is, and I don't know about Richarlison's been training though, but because he had that calf injury, well. He wouldn't be training if his calf injury is bad. So I just think I think he's close. And that's without any signings if we get anyone. So what do you guys think about the Bayern Munich at home?
I think it'd be a different game to what was today.
Definitely. We'll see a lot of different players. I think some people will be back that we didn't see today.
Yeah, but I think Bayern will have a stronger team as well, because I thought Bayern had a lot of players missing. There was no Kane, Musiala wasn't there today either. People are talking about Elise not being there. Elise's playing in the bloody Olympics. So as soon as Elise finishes in the Olympics, they've reached the semi-finals at the moment, France. So bear in mind what I keep saying. You have to give players 3 weeks off. So Elise, whenever they finish at the Olympics, Elise is going to be off for 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Manchester City, because Julian Alvarez is playing with the Olympic squad. They got beaten yesterday by France 1-0. So if he gets given 3 weeks off, it'd be 3 weeks from yesterday. So that means Alvarez misses the start of the season for Man City. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know why Musiala wasn't playing today. Kane obviously played in the Euros, and we were saying this at the start of the show that Kane is likely to be back for Bayern. If he's fit, he's back on Monday, like everyone else. But we had a theory that a lot of people are saying that he played with injury. He was playing with an injury and he wasn't 100% fit at the Euros. So that would, if that was the case, that would not make him fit to play next Saturday either.
Well, also I think what will be very telling. I always do that with games when I go to the games. I mean, like, providing everyone's fit and no one's suspended, you've got a fully fit squad. I'm always looking at the first 11 that goes on the pitch and the 9 subs, because that's 20. And then you're thinking, right, who's he left out match day squad, right? Because now he's picking 20 players. All right, 11 are going to be on the pitch. We shouldn't be talking about the first 11. We should be talking about the first 18 anyway. You've got 5 subs you can bring on, a concussion jab of 6, and a couple of spares in case you get injuries, right? So I've always think, even Man City, they haven't got a 25, right? People say they've got 2 teams. Yeah, all right, they've got 2 teams, but the quality does drop off after about 18 players, right? That's why some of them leave Man City. But yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who's on the bench for that Bayern game and who's in the first 11, because they're the ones that are going to be, and the subs he uses in the Bayern game, because that's showing like the ones you trust more, think he can do a job. So if you use 5 subs, you're looking at the 16 players he uses. You'd think that the 11 would come from that for the away game at Leicester, But we shall see.
You got Daniel here saying, how are we weaker? We literally got rid of Højbjerg, Sessegnon and Ndombele, other than Højbjerg, who's average. How's that made us weaker?
Dyer as well, Roden.
Well, we haven't got we literally haven't got the bodies anymore.
I already missed PEH just on. I think we have, Mark, just we had too many of them, mate. Scott Oliver says we probably are weaker than last year. We desperately need a striker and a 6. The tactics need to be changed, so both fullbacks don't go forward, leaving the centre backs alone in defence. Graham says also remember Kuti and VDV behind Gray will be a big help. Steve D, and Steve D is bang on here. Keeping it real, Steve D says pre-season means very little. I remember us beating Roma 5-0. Then we picked up 2 points from the first 8 games.
I've been saying this on Adrian's channel. Pre-season means nothing.
Your channel as well.
Well, it's not my channel. I'm not paying for it. I'm just chief moderator.
Yeah, so he's bang on. So he's bang on. Steve D's bang on with what he's saying. There. David Clark, good afternoon, David. I hope you're well, sir. Seriously, these senior pros in the squad are just not good enough to challenge for trophies this season. Daniel Coy says, all Deadwood players, how many times did Rodon play with Spurs? 14 times. Dyer made one appearance for us last season. So, I mean, I did say I was on the pump-up show for the Irish Hotspur this morning, and I did say that although we're all concerned as a fan base, and I understand our concerns, that we need players to come in and we need to buy some more players. Equally, in the last year, if we look at the squad that went out for pre-season last summer, and we look at the squad that we've sent out this season, I'd say a minimum of 40%, is probably 50% and above, of players that went last season are no longer with us. So the club have made a conceited effort, regardless whether you've let people go on a free whether you haven't extended contracts, whether you've ripped up contracts, and whether you've got shekels for a player, we have definitely turned around the squad big time in the last 12 months.
Yeah, and Gil looks like he's going Girona. Reguilon wants European football. Lo Celso's wanted by Real Betis and Villa, isn't he? And Emerson deal looks like that'd be rubber stamped in the next couple of days with Milan. So those four are going to go, and we'll have got rid of loads of players. And we were never going to get rid of more than one hit, were we? And although, Mark, you're right, we are less on numbers, but how many of those players, the less on numbers, would have been playing for Ange? You know,
I'm not being funny, but if Emerson's out the door, more or less, why the hell was he playing today?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know,
because we didn't have the we haven't got the numbers.
Well, exactly.
We haven't got the numbers. We haven't got the numbers because today you had in them positions that you're talking about, we had no Van der Ven, no Romero, no Udogie. So take them three out. The only two players that we had on the bench. Okay, you've got Skip, who's really a midfielder who covers in at centre half. You've got Royale, who's a right back, covers a centre half. And then you've got Jamie Donnelly and Abbott, who covers in at full-backs, but that's not their natural positions either. So
what about Phillips?
He's out injured at the moment.
He's got
he's injured.
Knock on his knee. Yeah, and it's all right playing Skip at centre-back till you play a game at home and a cross comes in over his head and someone scores a header and then the fans do a meltdown. You know what I mean? But I think he can do an emergency job at full-back, but he's not a full-back. He's a midfielder.
Right, so if you check it, right, we've got Son Heung-min, right, Archie Gray. No, forget that. I'm not going to talk about the underage. You've got Son Heung-min, Richarlison, Timo Werner, Dragusin, Mickey van der Ven, Maddison, Romero, Porro, Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson. Royale, Bentancur, Vicario, Lo Celso, Solomon, Udogie, 16. And you got Spence, Hill, Bissouma, Pat Matsar, that's 20. You got Skip, Brandon Austin, Ben Davis, Fraser Forster, Sergio Reguilon, 25. You've got 25 players in the squad already, right, at Tottenham. And we've moved players on, and we've still got them 25. Then you've also got in the squad at the moment, or around the squad, you've got Lucas Bergvall. You have Dane Scarlett, Alfie Whiteman, Ashley Phillips, Brandon Austin, Alfie Devine, and Alejo Veliz. We have got
and
loads.
Donnelly.
Yeah, I've not included because he's young, Donnelly. Okay, Donnelly as well, and Mikey Moore. We have got loads and loads of players. So even though we've got rid of players, it just goes to show how many players we had to start off with. And hence why we had the 25-man squad last season. We had, 8 players out on loan or whatever? So we had a big bloated squad. We still have a bloated squad now. There's more players that we need to get rid of. We still have a bloated squad.
And this is without 10 signings we're making.
Yeah.
Well, I have no qualms about giving game time to Mikey Moore, Donnelly, or Alfie Devine.
Yeah.
When it comes to the strikers, I know that Lankshire's in the limelight because he scored 23 goals in 22 games for the under-21s last year, and he scored in the friendlies as well. But I mean, the little I've seen of Velez, even playing out on Archie, I like the look of him, and we need to see more of him, right? And Scarlett always bangs him in for England away. And Scarlett's he's a quality. He scored a quality goal against Shakhtar Donetsk at home when Kane got 4 goals when we beat them 5-1 in that sort of charity game or whatever it was. So I mean, as far as keeping one of them strikers, I'm going to leave that to the coaching team that watch him in training and that, because Ange is very hard to fathom out what he wants even in the transfer market. He's very hard to fathom out.
Yeah. Right, sorry, I don't normally ask, but I have this time around. I haven't asked at all on the show up until now, right at the end. But can we get some appreciation with the like button, please, people, for the show? It does help out. Scott M says, we are moving out some deadwood to replace them with new deadwood. Daniel Coys, we not got rid of any players who would have had an impact on the team.
True.
Yep. You got David Clark. DC says, even a non-football man in Daniel Levy knows that these players are not good enough to challenge for trophies. But he's just content for our club to be in the top 6 in the Prem and increase his portfolio.
Yeah, never a truer word spoken.
Just a harmless potato says it's a risk to bring on Emerson, but it was a friendly match. I don't recall a single slide tackle. Daniel says, what's Daniel saying? As Spurs fans actually moaning about us finally getting rid of Deadwood, something we needed to do for years. And I said this 6 years plus. Ryan G, did Mikey play today? Yeah, he came on for a really short time in the second half. Some nice touches. Not as impactful as what he has been, but he got some nice touches. David Clark, trust me, I've been Basuma's Madison's biggest fan, but I've come to the conclusion that Ange will struggle to have these two players in the starting lineup at the start of the season. Just a harmless potato. I can imagine the kids will get some minutes this season, but honestly, I can't see them starting matches. I think what you need to do, Colin, is you actually need to type out your link and then post it as a comment.
Will do.
What did you guys think of Basuma? I thought it was pants. He did a couple of good things, but he gave the ball away at least 3 times in bad positions, nearly cost us severely. His tracking back is non-existent at times, right? And he's a tremendous talent. I mean, I want him to do well, don't get me wrong, but it's just his inconsistency. I think his position is the one that's most under threat in midfield. What do you guys think?
I thought he'd done all right, to be honest. But I do agree with you wholeheartedly. He is inconsistent. What you need is a consistent Basuma. He was consistent at Brighton. That's why we went for him. But since he's come to Tottenham, he has been inconsistent. But today, I felt that Bergvall was allowed to flourish because of the work that Basuma did. Because Basuma was up against Paulinho and Goretzka.
Okay, I might have been reading. I might have been reading it wrong. It's just, I was watching him, and actually, like, I am a fan of Bergvall, and I was watching Bergvall. I thought was like it was class today. It was class, but so like with his pass and his touches, he's quick. You know, even when he was closed down, he just lose the player, flick the ball one way or the other way. Should have scored though. Basuma, well, he's got to get his act. Look, we can't have him. If you're going to win things and challenge, you've got to have consistency from your players. If he's not going to be consistent, and you've still got to be able to rotate them and rest them as well, and when they come back, they're still consistent. You know, you can't have good one game, everyone praising him up. I mean, we've been in this trap before as Spurs fans when we get emo with players and get too attached to them. They come in, they have 3 or 4 good games, and you forget all the bad things they've done before, and then they go off the boil again. You know, it's not good enough, you know, so we need a bit more. But there are so many combinations with the midfielders we've got now, 7. The 4 from last year with Gray, and Skip, and that's without bringing in Eze if you class him as a midfielder or another. I think we need another. We need another proven oven-ready midfielder. But to me, I think we need one that can beat the press more than we've got enough skillful players we can bring in, even with the youngsters.
To me, right, and I agree, we've got loads of midfielders, but the only midfielder that we have in our team, right, in our out them 7, right, that can actually grab a hold of a game and take hold of a scruff of game is Bentancur. And he's been away. And that's why I think Bentancur, if Bentancur was to play with the 2 youngsters, right, I think and I said this earlier, and I got shot down by Daniel Coy straight away, right? But for me, and it's fine, it's all opinions, but for me, the 2 youngsters in Bergvall and Gray could learn loads playing alongside Bentancur.
Yeah, well, he gives you drive, doesn't he? And he drives the team up the field. If he can slip a play and beat the press, you know, straight away he's going to surge for. He's an end player when he's fit because, like, he just forward. That's his mentality, you know. I think also as well, it's just not that. It's just by watching what he does. And I think that when you're talking about leaders, Bentancur is a leader in the midfield. All the South Americans we've got are leaders, to be honest.
I agree with that.
The South Americans are fucking, they made of different stuff, and they are leaders. And
will Bentancur still be here? Will Bentancur still be here with all his
not heard any noise that he's not going to be marked.
No, well,
I've not heard anything. Yeah,
I think that Uruguayans breathed a sigh of relief after what happened to Argentina in their squad singing that French song and all that. And now that Enzo Fernandez and Chelsea are making a donation to some charity and all that, I think it's really softened the blow for what happened. They're still going to get done.
Did anyone see what happened yesterday in the Olympics?
No, it's not good. What, the boxing? It's not going to be career threatening for Bentancur, I don't think.
No, but yesterday in the Olympics, one of the quarterfinals was Argentina-France. France knocked out Argentina 1-0 yesterday.
Uh-huh.
The French players went and celebrated at the end of the game straight over to the Argentinian fans. And they celebrated in front of the Argentinian fans. And then you've got Otamendi saying they disrespected us by doing that. And what the players should have done is they should have come and seen us and had a chat with us. So Argentina is still ruined and going mad.
No, I'm all for, the French have always been our rivals as with Brits, But no, I think what they did was like, no, come on, you've done it to us, we've done it to you. Like, no, I think well played the French, I would say.
I haven't watched any of the Olympics, to be honest.
Just to let people know, Spain beat Japan 3-0 yesterday in the quarters. Spain are in the semi-final and now play Morocco. France play Paraguay, I think, in the other semi-final. So it could be France, Spain in the final. And I don't care whether your Olympics are in France or not. Spain have been winning everything. So come on, Spain, for the Olympics.
I told you Spain will never do well, Jose. I told you Spain will never do well.
The only thing I saw on the Olympics is I watched a bit of the women's beach volleyball, and there was a wrist injury. In it, but I recovered the next day.
Yeah, and it was yours. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I was all right a few hours later.
Most men watched the women's gymnastic, the women's volleyball, and the underwater volleyball as well.
And some of you lot are really interested in the women's boxing as well. Scott Colliver, Skip is not good enough no matter how much effort he puts in or where he plays, is what Scott C's saying. Scott has then said, Bissouma was okay on the ball a few times, but overall not as good as what he can be.
True.
DC has said Levy is willing to spend 65 million on an average striker like Solanke, but won't spend the same money on players like Eze and Tony. Right, people, whilst you're in here, because we're not going to be going on for much longer, but please sub to Mark, Adrian, and the crew at Spurs Diehards TTID. The link is in there for people to go over and support these fine young gentlemen and the rest of their crew over there.
We do shows every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 o'clock UK. Okay, if anyone's interested. And we need to get Colin on as well because
Tuesdays. Tuesdays I'm available. Other days I am working, unfortunately. Whatever you guys
Tuesday,
are on.
then we'll get you on this.
Book
Tuesday,
him in.
right?
I said that to you, Colin, the other day. Book him in for Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
I'll be there.
I'll message you through the WhatsApp, Colin. Yeah,
sounds lovely. Perfect. Thank you, man.
Darren Fearon saying, "Are we judging players in non-competitive games when they are just trying to fitness in the legs?" Yeah, that's quite possible, Darren. It's quite possible. But at the end of the day, getting fitness into your legs, is one thing. But seeing whether you've got a bit about you, is something that we all as fans look at as well. And if you're not on it and you don't look like you've got a bit about you, then we're going to judge you on what we see. I totally agree because Steve D made the important comment earlier saying that we were smashing everyone. Well, we beat Roma 5-0, but that season, I think we smashed everyone out of sight in the pre-seasons, and then we got 2 points in our first 8 games. And then hwandaee was gone. So, also as well, you have Colin is calling it a second channel, and it covers anime, right? For people that are interested. Whether you're interested or not, Colin just needs subs over there.
You can even there's even like a thing where you can hide it, where my videos won't even pop up if you don't want to see them. But yeah, it would just be cool and helpful and stuff. But still gonna be Spurs content. Just renewed my season ticket for Nashville. I'm gonna be able to go to more matches, so still gonna be some MLS content. Don't go anywhere on that channel either. Just doing something else just to keep myself busy, basically.
So people just help support him. If you don't watch the content, you can still go and support him. And he's on there as well. So the two links are here in the chat. Cockney Johnny Vasquez says, no one mentioned how crap Madders is. He's proper done nothing last season, and today was sterile. David Clark says, I think any combination of the front three out of our seniors pros we have to pick from are so far short of the quality required. It's very worrying. And just like I was saying, and the new football rivalry was born. Daniel Coys is saying, don't you think Benny needs another senior player near him? Him putting two 18-year-olds, in my eyes, in the most disciplined position, playing two youngsters risky as hell, mate. I just think that you can bounce off Bentancur. I think Bentancur's got that steel about him, and Bentancur's got grit, and Bentancur, as a progressive pressing player, Bentancur, you know, he's the best midfielder at the club on his day. And this is before Bergval's come along, right? I've said it all last season and the season before. So I just think that they could learn lots of. What are they learning off? Okay, what are Bergval and Gray really learning off Maddison at the moment?
How to roll about on the ground.
Yeah, what are they learning off? What are they learning off Basuma at the moment? And what are they learning off Sarr at the moment? And that's where I'm saying I'm coming from that angle with it. Daniel is saying screw Spain. Cheers, Daniel. Ryan G says, oh, look at us Spanish. We win everything. Boring Jose. Ryan, bruv. Spain best at everything, mate. So Cockney Johnny Vasco has piped in as well there. DC has said, there's a reason in the name Spain because the last four letters pain, and they have plenty of that in the Olympics. Lol.
Well, their Amada was crap.
Let's not get political here, son. David Clark, it's España, really, mate. Daniel
remember
Coy,
1588 when we sank your Armada, all right? Just remember that.
Daniel Coy says, well, in fairness, Jose, that season we'd done well in the pre-season. The struggle at the start of the season was also based because of the selfish Berbatov hijacking at the start of the season. And then Cockney Johnny Vasco says, oh, Ryan, we have the best food, women and football. It's all you need, geezer, amigo. Right, what I will ask the question, and I'm going to ask the question of you guys now, is there was a quote the other day, and I'm going to leave it after this because I need to go. I've been going since 9 o'clock this morning. And I'll ask this. There's quotes in Shitter that have said that people have noticed that Maddison, when playing with the youngsters, doesn't give the youngsters the ball. Okay, have you noticed this? If you haven't, then you haven't. Do you believe that? But that's what the statements are saying at the moment. That he's not been passing the ball to the youngsters. Who wants to go first on it?
Well, I'll go first because it's easy. I haven't watched hardly any of it. You know, so I got no comments on it. To be honest, I don't know is the honest answer.
No, he's always looking for the through ball. I mean, usually he's looking to go forward, isn't he? All right. He's sort of like hit and missy. I've heard the same thing said about Romero. When Romero's playing quarterback for us at the back, he tends to pass more directly forward or to the left. And I think that's more body shape than anything else because he's right-footed than he does out to the right wing. Remember, there was times where Romero wouldn't pass. It seemed like he would never pass out to the right for some reason. I don't know if he's not comfortable turning his right foot out to do that or not. I don't know, hitting it with the outside of his
That's because Royal was out there.
Well, probably. Or probably he didn't trust Johnson out there or whatever at the time. But Maddison, I mean, no. I mean, Maddison's one that has to do things on the quick, you know, quick vision, quick pass, through ball and all that. When it works, it looks brilliant. When it nearly comes off, it still looks okay because at least he's trying to take a risk there in the final third. No, I don't think it might. That just might be coincidence, but no, I don't think Maddison's not passing to the younger players.
Right.
I think he would if Bergval was on the pitch with him instead of being taken off and he was moving in because Bergval popped up everywhere. Maddison would have passed him. I'm certain of it.
Right, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I've noticed, but was Maddison on the ball enough today to pass to anybody? I mean, I don't think that Maddison had enough touches today to really, at least today, for me to make any kind of conclusion. It's not something I've noticed. I do know that it happens in sports. Sport. It happens in sport. Sorry, I will translate that. But it is something that you do see, unfortunately. No, not something I've noticed to a great extent, but it wouldn't surprise me. And if it's happening, I don't even know if it's a fully conscious thing from some of these guys. They just pass to who they're comfortable passing to, and who they know is going to receive the ball well under pressure and not lose it and make them look bad. So sometimes it's earning trust from the senior players. That takes time.
Yeah, the comments didn't come out from today. The comments came out during the week about previous games. So they've not been from. It wasn't.
Yeah, I've seen them before. I just ignored them. No, I didn't think there was much in it at all.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, gentlemen,
I'm back.
Right, we're going to wrap up the show. So, Adrian, I don't know, Adrian, are you both on tomorrow night? I know it's Ian's show. But I don't know.
I'll probably be assisting Ian. He's hosting, and I'll be hosting Tuesday. And Ellie hosts Fridays. We're trying to sort Chang out. Now Ash is back as well. But so that's the way it should go. Me Tuesdays, Ian Sundays, Ellie Fridays, because that works for the season coming up. Because we won't clash with Monday football. Fridays is a day after the Europa League on a Thursday, and Sundays will be after games. So we deliberately spaced them out that way. It shows.
Right. So tomorrow night, 8:00 BST, and that doesn't stand for BS. It's British summertime.
Mm-hmm. It's not your Spanish time, Jose.
No, well, I thought they might have said 8:00 bullshit. It's not. It's 8:00 BST. It'll be tomorrow evening. I think I've been invited by Ian for tomorrow's show, so you'll probably find me there.
Where's my invite?
Yours is coming for Tuesday because you work Sundays, you nutter.
I forgot.
I can only if they're doing it 8:00 in the evening. And I had this conversation with the other day. They do it 8:00 in the evening. The only day you can do, unless you're not working, the only day you can do is a Tuesday. Yeah. So, Colin, you'll be invited on the Tuesday. So Colin will be there or thereabouts on the Tuesday. I'll be on tomorrow. I may do a show tomorrow or Monday because I won't be around after that for the remainder of the week till Saturday, till the next watch along. And I wanted to put out some content again to try and draw some more people into the games that we're doing. Colin, when are you next back with Talk and Ball or Anime? Because I think you've got loads of anime lined up because I saw it in the back.
Yeah.
I just subbed to the anime channel, mate. That's why I was messing about on my phone.
You're awesome.
I don't know what it is. I ain't got a clue what it is, but
it's goofy shit. But thank you very much for your support, my man. But no, I'm gonna do some Talking Ball Tuesday. I need to get it out there, but I want to do another member show. It's been a long time. So
is that likely to be about 4:00? Because it's going to be a bit later, and then you jump on onto Adrian. So how are you going to do it? Just tell people look out for the notification bell on Talking Ball.
Yeah. How about I'll have it roll right into Adrian's. That's a great idea, and then I'll bring everybody with me over to Adrian's.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then what I will say is I'm going to thank. He's probably not watching this, but Alan from Time Added On, who packed up his channel yesterday.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he packed up his channel yesterday.
Yeah, I get it, don't you? I mean, how much work goes involved in these shows, and obviously, if you've got family, girlfriends, and wives, that can be an issue.
He's got a new baby on the way, Colin. So,
wow.
Let's all support him and invite him on shows because I'm sure he'll have time to come on and have his.
I'm staying in contact with him, but I wanted to give a shout out to Alan because he closed his channel down yesterday. Because he gave a shout out to us.
Big up, Alan. Good, on you for making
Happy
that hard choice.
Alan. Happy fatherhood.
He gave a shout out to us yesterday, and he said the boys from Talk and Ball is what his words were. So, but yeah, his video on there, and as to the reasons why that he's packing up, it's only like 18 minutes long, but he did his last video yesterday. So, yeah, I've messaged Alan on by phone, and I've messaged him to wish him and his family all the very best, to mum and baby, and that everything goes well, and to stay in touch. So I just wanted him in the show on that and let people know, because he's a good man, Alan. And then, if not forgetting that, just got the banner running on at the bottom, which is important because there's a lot of toxicity at the moment, and there's a lot of people that are having goes at each other and stuff like that on shows. I haven't necessarily had it on my channel, but I've seen it on other people's channels. So everybody, please support the club and try to stop ripping into each other, because I don't think it's fair. If people have comments, allow them to have their comments. If you don't agree, you don't agree. But there's no point victimizing and picking on people and stuff like that. You know,
I've never understood with YouTube. If you don't like what you're watching, just turn it off. Don't be an arse in the chat. Just turn it off.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's what we want. You know, I wish this for all the channels. I wish peace, love, and just let everyone get on and do what they need to do. If you don't like, it's quite right. Mark's right. If you don't like the content, then don't watch it. Right?
Yeah, don't watch it and don't subscribe to them.
Don't watch it, because if you don't watch it, then you don't have to get embroiled in having slanging matches with people.
Yeah.
And there's no need to have slanging matches with people. Just avoid it. Avoid having the slanging matches. All be good to each other. You know, at the end of the day, until you can learn to respect another person's opinion, there's no point in you going anywhere. And like I said, I don't agree with some things that people say, but I'm not going to go against them because they believe something, or their thoughts and opinions are different to mine. You know, we're not going to all agree on things, and that's not just football, that's life in general. So yeah, just get on with it is what I say. And then to finish off, we got I had a super chat from David Shear saying, "Good night, everyone. Thank you, Jose and Colin." He was a member for a month. Then he gifted out a channel membership. Tigaro followed it up with 5 channel memberships, and David Shear then followed it up with a further 5 memberships because he wanted to outdo Tigaro.
I say this is like outdoing each other.
And then in the end, when they were going against each other, David told Tigaro that he'd beaten him 6-5. So, and then can I say to everybody that's been watching us today, whether you're watching on playback or whether you watch this live, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great remainder to your Saturday. For those that are now in early afternoon, I hope you have a great Saturday for those in North America that are in their morning, and a great afternoon, early evening to those in India, and those that are going to bed in Australia. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll be back soon. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
That's Spurs.